Hello, everybody! Welcome to Adventures of Trackless Sea! I am your DM, Scott Warland, and we are currently in the Adventure League adventure, Maze of Shadows. One of our players might have slept in. Maybe alarm didn't go off. But that's fine. If she shows up, she shows up. But for now, she turns into a mouse, and she scurries into her hat, and someone can hold her hat for now.
No.
And if she wants...
I will hold her hat.
And she squeaks to you, and somehow all of you know it. She says, "Hey, if you really need me to help, I will turn back and help."
Okay.
All right. So previously, on Adventures of the
Dragon
Trackless
Ball Z.
Sea. Previously on D&D. Blake used to remember on my very first campaign, I would do the Dragon Ball Z narration at the end and beginning of every
The
session.
end, just the beginning of everyone.
Nerd.
Exactly.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Shortly entering the Maze of Shadows, the group finds that their destinies intertwined with a familiar ally. Typo. Rein, the holder of winter, has wandered into the city where the Trackless Sea crew immediately gains attention of Chevalak. After dealing with that minor nuisance by making a simulacrum of herself and having the simulacrum, Sleet, hold on to the Ring of Winter, the rest of the group heads further into the Maze of Shadows to confront Chevalak. They encountered quite a few obstacles in their way. A spirit that seemed to know of secrets long lost. Sentient water that was just like, "Hey, I don't like you." And a death tyrant. So we joined back with them in the middle of a hallway in the maze. And yeah, so there's a giant skull, beholder skull, no eye glowing at all anymore. 10 little holes on the top of the head of where eye stalks used to be when it was living. And the ridiculously giant eye socket, it's large size, so it's probably like, I would say, it takes up like a 10 by 10 by 10 space. And it's just boom, on the ground, the jaws apart from it, laying over on the side. And this is like right after the fight.
Yeah, I think we had just finished fighting it. We had stopped. I set up alarm.
Teabag.
Yeah, you have to climb up on top of it.
Alarm and Leo's tiny hut.
That's right.
And Leo and Morty had come back, and Leo had a scroll, but I don't know what's on it yet.
Words.
So
Many words upon the scroll.
And pictures.
Oh,
Maybe.
I am so stuck in 2E, Kevin. I'm like, I'm gonna cast it, read Nudge. It's not a spell anymore. How the fuck do I read a scroll?
You just read it.
The answer is you just read a scroll.
Yeah.
I have Arcana abilities if you would
Can
like
I-
me to try to
Can
decipher.
I read the scroll? Well, that's the thing. If it's not on the bard list, then I genuinely cannot read it, and I don't know what spell it is. So I'd have to hand it to you.
It is the scroll of learn better.
Did I even tell you anything about the scroll? Like what, if it's a certain
no.
level?
It was literally just a scroll. I don't know what it is yet.
Okay, let me double check, because I think I know what it's... Yeah, okay. Alright, so
Yeah, you
you
said
open
you
up
have
the
everything
scroll.
ready for us
Yes,
today.
I do.
Mhm.
I just want to make sure it was that scroll, because there are multiple scrolls in this adventure I pre-rolled for.
Mm-hmm.
Spoilers, not really.
Destructive little turd.
Nice.
You having fun, buddy?
Uh,
Just lies off screen.
Dagger, what languages do you know by chance?
All of them.
Oh shit. I don't know.
Common, Oldomuan, Draconic, Abyssal, Primordial, Celestial. I can also figure out ciphers, so like codes in languages that I can speak.
Okay, you don't understand the specific glyphs that are on the outside of the scroll, but the actual spell itself, you figure out is a 5th level illusion spell.
Okay, all right.
You're not sure what its name is, but being
People
the
call
expert
it
in
plot.
being the expert in linguist, this writing is very alien from everything that you know about language, and that only narrows it down to either undercommon, which you highly doubt with the arcane thing, or deep speech.
Well, there's a handful. There's like, I don't speak Dwarven.
Well, I mean, it's clearly
Oh,
not.
but like okay.
Yeah, it's clearly something far relevant.
Hey, any of you guys speak undercommon or deep speech?
Not I.
Also, do any of you know what the spell is? Apparently, it's not one that I know. I can't decipher it. I'm gonna sit down and cast comprehend languages. I'm curious what the outside says.
You know, it's a 5th level illusion, and as you look into it, all the light around the outside, like your peripherals, seems to dim down to nothing, and seems to get darker and darker as you're reading it. You figure out that it creates a curtain of utter darkness.
Ugh.
Ooh, is this similar to the Wall of Shadow that I learned from I can't remember who taught me that one. I want to say it was King, what's his name?
Suddenly, 2 red lightning piercing eyes appear on the scroll, and that's when you realize this is the spell that Chivalak forced into your brain, Wall of Shadow.
Great! It's a scroll of Wall of Shadow. Anybody interested?
Range 120 feet?
Absolutely not.
And everybody's like, what the fuck is the Wall of Shadow? Oh yeah, that's the spell that I learned after I looked into Chivalak and he looked into me. It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, if you don't want it, you look really pale all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's cool. It's
I can
great.
definitely
I've
get
looked
something
at
like
I've scryed on 2 gods and they scryed back and it was fine.
You've mentioned that. You know, that's really dangerous.
I didn't even have that fucking spell and it happened anyway. In other news, I really want to get that spell. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't want the scroll, either myself
Well, I
or
know it
Azra
now.
could
It's sort of
take
in my head. I'm not the same kind of spellcaster as you and Azra. I don't prepare mine every day. I know it, I cast it.
I see.
So I can spend my spell slots to do it without needing to.
Nature will not provide me with that spell. I have no interest in the scroll.
Yeah, I will pass it to I don't know. Is that if you want it, Rein, or I don't know, would that be on the Warlock list?
I look at the runes. Do any of the runes look like Common, Abyssal, Draconic, Primordial, Chalton, Druidic, Infernal, Celestial, or Kalashite?
Well, I think that's what he was asking. Do any of us speak deep speech or?
Give me a perception check, actually, Varth, since you're really looking into it. Not for what kind of spell it is, but you're looking at the literal, at the arcane.
20.
You realize it's not written in any form of ink. That is actually shadow embedded into the paper. And it is definitely not any of those languages.
That's not ink. That's shadow embedded into the paper.
Great, I hate it. I say as I'm about to fucking touch the paper because I just can't comprehend languages and you got to touch the words to read it.
I say looking at it and now stepping back from the scroll.
Sounds interesting.
It's like that ultra black or whatever.
Yeah.
That's why you couldn't tell, because it was thin enough lines. You're like, oh, it's just ink.
It's not ink.
But I am going to go ahead and cast Comprehend Languages because I am curious. I want to know what the stuff on the edge says.
Do you know what language it's written in?
For office use only. Do not write here.
Do not copy or share this print with any other personnel.
Jeanette,
Property of Azra.
Jeanette,
if found.
I apologize. I'm going to send this in Zoom. It's not the conventional way to do it. You might want to copy paste it somewhere else. Just because I'm scared to open anything else at the moment.
Do it.
Boom. Yeah. It's in the normal format. I sent Rein the spell. I'm assuming she's looking over his shoulder looking at it. It's very clearly written by some kind of wizard, Rein. It's definitely a very wizard spell. You could cast this.
Wizard.
What's your arcane bonus, by the way?
Mine is a +9.
Okay, I'll just say, since it would need a 6 or higher, you immediately are able to read it and you know what it is and all that.
Cool. This is interesting. Somebody shoved this into your brain.
Also, you have a feeling that maybe the Baron could use it as well. You've seen him use very shadowy magic.
That's a spell. That's a thing that happened. Where the fuck did this spell go? Oh, that's why. I think I just realized why I couldn't find the spell in the group chat. I don't think you sent it to the group chat. You private messaged it to me. Found it.
Okay.
Apparently cut off
The wall
last
of
part.
shadow spell. I'm like looking for it because I'm like I'm gonna send it to Jeanette so she can actually see it, but I couldn't find it.
GG. That was totally was
Yeah.
supposed to get everybody. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, it cut off that last part, Jeanette, so that's why.
No worries. I got this.
Yeah, so if I cast Comprehend Languages as a ritual, can I decipher what the stuff on the edge says?
It says the symbols seem to switch to the preferred default language for you, which I assume is common, the one you probably was started
Yeah.
with, and it's a bunch of cryptic stuff, such as the closer you get to the light, the larger your shadow becomes, some of that kind of stuff. But one of the biggest things you notice on there is talks about moons and eclipses and some being that you definitely know of, being a historian, by the name of Shar.
Char. Charmander.
She is involved.
Eclipses and Shar.
Oh, and it says in
I'm looking at
parentheses.
Salt Marsh, page 177.
Oh, you have to show it to me. What are you talking about?
You
I
see,
just
you
randomly
see,
turned.
and
Wow.
in the fine
Wow.
print. Oh, nice. Cool. You see,
Flipping through while you.
on the
Oh,
next
yeah.
page is what these symbols look like.
Oh wait, shit! The next page of the book.
That he was on, coincidentally.
Wow.
Those runes kind of.
Isn't realm based. Oh.
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
Thurzadan or Tharzadan,
Okay.
or how you say his name. But it's that same weird, like, wispy, shadowy kind of symbols. Yeah. That's probably the key thing you see in there, is it seems to be a prayer to Shar.
That is adorable.
Shah, an ancient,
Aw, the
Oh, so cute.
juvenile Kraken.
an ancient enemy of all things light, the goddess of shadows.
You know what I never understood? She is the goddess of shadows. But to have shadow, you must have light. Because without light, you legit cannot have shadow. They
Her
are needed.
sister
Shadows
is the
are
goddess of the moon.
Salune.
That's great for her.
You everyone but the Baron immediately is like, oh, Salune. Yeah, we've been to her temple before.
Oh
You've
yeah.
been
Well,
to her
We
realm.
actually been to her realm before.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
what
Like
mom is.
having tea in her courtyard.
Well, except for Rein.
It
Rein
was
wasn't there for that.
definitely not tea.
It's specialty.
It's a specialty there.
Yeah, we went to the upper plains and met our drunken monks, or not a drunken monk, but the drunk turtle monk's dead family, and they apparently got us sloshed and had us party, and then what was it, at night they would fight and party, and then at dawn they all got resurrected.
At dawn, anyone who died would be brought back to life because we were in
Well,
Yes,
brought
sir.
back to the afterlife.
Yizgard.
You respawn at the temple.
It was amazing.
We
Also,
plane
they had
Yizgard.
didn't they also have a library there that was run by a ancient silver dragon?
Ancient
Yep.
brass, yes.
Brass.
Wow.
Yeah, that was awesome.
We
Dagger
did
may or may not have
that.
hit on him, and he was like, hey.
I did not hit on him. She was very tempted. No,
She's
see,
like,
Dagger's
hey,
the
nice
sort of
tail.
person-
And he's like, that's not my
Dagger's the
tail.
sort of person, when she's really attracted to somebody, she just turns super awkward
You were
because she doesn't know what the fuck to do about it. She's like, I'm fine talking to people until I'm actually interested in them, and then I have
Mr.
no idea what the
Dragon,
fuck I'm doing.
What do you?
Wow, that's so me.
Yeah, and he was like, oh, it's so cute.
Basically.
Yeah.
Oh, someone who wants to
Dagger was
talk to
just
me,
like-
okay.
Dagger was just like insane giggling.
It's like,
Oh, you treating him.
yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to get him to shut up. Relax.
Opposite of the brass dragon. Anyway, because that's all they do is talk. So, you got that scroll.
Yeah. Cool.
You think every player character here but Varth at the moment could use that spell, maybe.
Okay.
I know Varth wouldn't want to, regardless.
Varth would
So
never use that spell, even if it was available.
But shadows are part of the natural order of things, because whenever the sun or light shines and an object blocks it, it creates a shadow. Ergo,
It does
natural.
not create magical shadow.
It doesn't create magic at all, but you use magic.
I use magic that comes from nature. Ergo, I will not use anything that is magically shadow, because that is
But-
not nature.
I like to
It
imagine
is
you guys are
nature.
like talking about this cramped in your little hut.
Yeah, we
But
are.
Oh no, we
It's
definitely are.
Yeah, this is actually the conversation.
I mean, it's not that cramped. You
Okay.
can fit 10 people
see-
in the hut, and there are 9 of us.
If-
Yeah.
After the conversation goes on for a
Well-
while, Rein goes makes her new hut.
You see, there's a logical fallacy here. If it exists in nature, ergo, it must be
Yeah.
natural.
It can fit 9.
As magic is something that exists within the natural realms, magic, ergo, must be natural by default.
It can fit 9 creatures other than the caster. And they're
Bart's eyes narrow as you say that.
Azra,
Do
Baron,
not bring
Dag,
your logic
Varth,
to nature's table.
Rain, Chung, Tess, Mezzy, and Vorm.
You look over where Rein was, and there's like that dotted line anime thing where it like blinks it as a dotted line silhouette, and she's over in her own tiny hut.
I make a little window and wave.
I just-
She's lonely. I should go and talk to her.
the Baron tries to walk into Rein's hut. It's like bonk.
Actually, yeah, you can.
I can say who I want to be allowed in it.
Hey, Rein.
No, you have to be within the dome when it's cast.
Yeah.
Woo!
So since none of us were in there, none of us can go in.
My ego was there.
Your ego is everywhere. Your ego is on.
Rein, you notice that it doesn't feel air conditioned in here, so to speak. It's not cold
Huh.
for the first time in a long
Aw.
time.
I kind of miss it. This is weird.
You also see something shiny poking out of the very blackened soil.
What? I investigate said shininess.
You go to pull it out, and you almost poke it on your finger and get it hooked on there, but luckily you don't. And you pull up a fishing lure. It has 3 hooks on it. Looks old and beat up, and the line looks like it got broken off.
Have
We
I
were
seen
told Zebediah might have been here.
Yeah,
This
have I
makes
seen this particular fishing lure before?
Give me, I guess, a history check at advantage if you think it's Zebediah.
Okay. Boom. All right, at advantage, I got a 22.
Nice.
This is not a lure that you've seen Zebediah use before, but it does look like something he has made.
It is very alluring.
You know that he was a carpenter and he was good with woodwork. It is made of wood. And you've seen him during your long and short rests when you guys were stuck in the jungle. He would take any spare wood that was craftable and he would make fishing
Zebediah
lures.
is very good with the wood.
I send a
Yeah.
I message Dagger and say I think I found something that Zebediah may have left behind. We might be on the right track.
Oh, hopefully.
Who are you talking to?
Shut up for 2 seconds. God damn it, you're making me waste the message spell. I'm gonna cast
Make
it
me!
again.
You're making me
Whoa.
waste the boop.
Wow, she's like, ow!
Have you blocked off audio in your tiny hut, Rein?
I have.
Okay, they don't hear you say "ow."
Sorry, I wasn't sure. I didn't know. You were just talking. I mean, how am I supposed to know if you're talking? You're talking to someone if you
She
don't have a
found
message.
something of Zeb's.
Who found something?
Rain. Okay, Rain sent me the message, but I've used the spell on you before, Baron.
You have?
I am certain I have. Maybe not. Probably not. I probably would have sent it to literally everyone other than you now that I think about it. But she found something of Zeb, so hopefully we're on the right track. I'm gonna message her back and be like, What was it? And does it look like he left it under distress or unwillingly?
I don't know. It's a fishing hook. It may have been dropped by accident and might have gotten caught.
Okay, makes sense.
Either
That
way,
makes
it could
sense.
be a clue.
What's a clue?
Oh, it's a fishing hook. Apparently,
It
they
could
did
be a
that.
clue that Zebediah was here.
It is coincidentally blue, so it might be a blue clue.
It was designed to lure us here.
Aha! Yeah. It's very alluring.
Zebediah would have appreciated the fishing pun.
I'm fishing for the best puns right now.
Yeah, you're fishing for first watch too. I'm gonna go the fuck to sleep.
You hear air horns in the distance. Oh no, rat in the dice table. Nice. So, Baron, you notice during the long rest, you feel a feeling you haven't felt in quite a long time. A feeling of comforting warmth next to a fire. And when you realize that the source of it is coming from your compatriots sleeping next to you, as you can hear their heartbeats.
Except farts. He's a liquid.
Yeah, except farts.
Squishy.
He sleeps in a bowl.
Yep.
There's something oddly hypnotizing about it.
Ah.
You can give me a wisdom saving throw.
What's the DC?
We'll see.
I'm just saying. I got pretty high wisdom saving throw.
What'd you get?
I don't got anything yet. It's just if the DC's like 10, like auto pass. Where's
Okay.
my character sheet? Where's my character sheet?
If you have
It's in
over,
front of me.
if you have
Where's
over
my
10,
dice?
if you have
Just
over
roll
10,
the dice.
if you have over 10 on your wisdom saving throw, you will pass it. But you do immediately realize that it was part of that vampiric blood right that you have. It seems to be stronger here. You're able to control it for now, but you might not want to stay here for a very long time.
I don't know what my problem would be.
For you might fall into the shadow of the immortal sun that people worship.
Immortal Sun is good. Not bad.
Exactly. But this rite is your way of testing your strength and your faith in the immortal sun.
Well, I know one person was a dark person. So good to eat them. Now make sure note of that.
You know that there were other I always forget what they're called. I'll just say conquistadors. Some other conquistadors that have racist that have
I just
falling-
put in the chat that he's a racist.
that have fallen under sway of their bloodlust. Not permanently, but they'll like in a moment they'll forget themselves and might do something they regret immediately after. Dagger,
Yeah.
you wake up and you hear the jungle.
I look around. Am I
It is
still in the maze?
it is utter darkness. No one else is around you. You can feel the jungle floor underneath you. No tent, no bed roll. Oh, the rat has a friend. It's a awakened shrub.
I'm gonna cast light on my necklace.
It puts out the faintest glow, the equivalent of a candle.
And I definitely look like I'm in the forest.
You see the only other source of light, as you barely can see it through the leaves in the trees. You can just see the moon, just barely.
Okay, this is a dream. Definitely a dream.
You hear rustling, and it seems to be advancing closer.
Kevin's fucking. Oh!
You hear some kind of predatory growl, maybe from a panther or some other creature.
Ah.
Moo.
Can I?
So there's very clearly a tree next to you.
Can I use my loot to cast invisibility on myself?
Yes. You
And
do
I'm
that.
still gonna hide behind a tree because I'm freaking out. I'm 90% certain this is a dream, but I don't know for sure.
You do that, and something comes out. Really close to you. You cannot see it. You might catch a certain glimpse of it as the little bits of rays of moonlight are shining through here. As you see something horse size, like get really close to where you're at, and you can hear like.
Holding my breath.
And you can tell it's just like right next to you. You're pretty sure it knows you're there. What do you do?
I'm gonna cast Hold Monster.
Okay. What's your
That's a
DC?
wisdom saving throw. DC 18.
Here's to Vort. What do you do now? As it's visibly trying to, well, not visibly, audibly trying to break its hold, but it can't.
Is my
you hear it's
light-
like, and it's thrashing against it, almost like it's in its own cage.
Well, invisibility is gone because I cast a spell, so I'm not really worried about being seen. Is my light spell still active?
Yes.
And I still can't really make out what I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's more than a foot away, and candle only goes out a foot.
Okay, I'm gonna try and get a little closer and just like go past it, past the face, so just get like a glimpse of it.
So you see some, you thought was a quadrupedal creature, but as you get closer, you'll notice that it is bipedal and it's walking on all fours. The front two limbs have very elongated claws, and it's about the size of an elephant. You thought it was much smaller, but as you got closer, the shadow that your little bit of light seemed to be casting off it made it bigger.
Hey, great. God damn it, how do I get home from here?
As you say that, the moonlight just dissipates as you look up, and it seems to have been eclipsed.
Oh, fuck. I look around and look for the monster again.
It's still there. You can still hear it, and you can still see the little bit you can from your candle. Well, candle light. Mechanically.
Fuck it. I don't know if it's gonna make much of a difference. I have that glow globe. I'm gonna cast daylight in here. It doesn't like shadow, I'm presuming.
You cast daylight, and everything fades to white. You don't see anything besides white as you cast this, and you seem to have blinded yourself. The sounds of the jungle disappear. The sound of this beast disappears. But you hear a voice speak to you, and it sounds like it's double reverbing over top of itself, speaking in primordial in the background in a deeper voice, and in common as its front voice. As you hear, it sounds more male for the primal voice, but the common language one sounds very feminine. And it says, "Could not hold it off forever. Embrace your darkness."
I'd rather not.
The deceiver will not help you.
Have I ever heard that title before?
As you hear that and you start writing it down, you wake up. Hey, it's coincidentally the end of your shift, Baron. She just woke up. You didn't even you weren't stirring in your sleep or anything. You just wake up.
Okay, that sucked.
You got your
I'm gonna
long rest.
tap my my loot, my Saturn. Does it feel as if I've actually cast that invisibility spell or not?
No.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like you used any of your spell slots. In fact, you got your full rest equivalent.
Hilariously, oh yeah, I would have used one of my spell slots, but yeah. Like most of what I spent there was all items and cantrips.
As you wake up, and the memory of the dream is ever fleeting, as dreams do once you wake up. You can't help but latch on to those words, the deceiver, since that was the thing you were really wondering about. You can roll me a religion check.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, that's an 8. I don't really want to spend a bardic inspiration on
You
it.
know you've heard it before. You just can't remember where.
How's it going?
Great. Have you had creepy nightmares in this place?
Oh, that's good.
That's not an answer.
No, I don't really have nightmares. Though my urge to drink human blood is growing.
Yeah, maybe keep a cap on that.
Just letting you all know. There's no reason
Thanks
to
for the
lie or be
notice.
deceptive about it.
That's
If all of
true.
you give me about a vial of blood, I should be fine.
I'd really rather not, but
I have the
also-
vials and the syringe.
He's just prepared. I don't need blood, but like I got the heroin
You're
needle.
offering.
I don't need my drugs, but I got my heroin needle and I got this belt. So
No reason.
yeah, I
None
can
at
quit.
all.
I can quit anytime I want.
I mean,
Just a vial.
Keep it in mind.
a little extra blood in your wine and sometimes adds a little extra kick.
Out of curiosity, what does that do for you? I don't recall.
Gives me advance on strength and dex checks.
It's
when I
actually
drink blood.
pretty helpful. It'd be a good potion buff equivalent.
But maybe later, after you have some sugar.
Yeah.
When you
Oh.
first wake up, your blood pressure is a bit low. Might cause you to pass out.
I hate that you know this, considering you have no training in medicine.
Cues
There's
back.
certain things you learn that are good after 10,000 or
Cue
less
back.
than 10,000.
Cue back to your memory flash of his legend lore, and you see him killing Eladrin left and right, and it's like him feeding on them, and he really likes the spring ones because they eat a lot of things with sugar.
It's something they teach you when you first undergo the ceremony to become one of my kind.
And they're like, and as he's holding them, their necks getting ripped out. They're like, "I'm special."
Tasty.
Random question. Have you ever heard the title, The Deceiver? Like a powerful being or...
This
My mind goes through and you just see this list forming. He's like,
Buffer.
Pretty sure
can
they're
you
from
specify? Is there a way to narrow that down?
Please
Probably
not.
has
Please don't be a
something-
dragon. Please don't be a dragon. Please don't be.
Probably has something to do with like dark and light dichotomy. I'm assuming because of where we are, it probably has to do with like Shar or
Oh, that narrows it down.
Wu-Tao
I got a
or
16.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Ubtao's name is the Deceiver among
Ubtao is called
primordials.
The or
That's what I
Ubtao
thought.
is often called the Deceiver because he deceived the primordials.
Yes.
Yeah, I know the
The
backstory. I
war?
apparently missed
Yeah.
the Deceiver part that as the title.
It's like the weird thing is this history. I've been traveling the plains for almost 400 some years in this realm, and that never got brought up until about a century ago. It's like that whole event never happened before then.
You're thinking maybe another planeswalker went back in time and changed one little thing and it fucked up everything. Oh wait, no, wrong
Jeez.
universe. Sorry.
Damn it, Jace.
Do I know it, Jay?
No, definitely not.
No, I'm asking him because if anything, if
Technically,
I had heard of them, I would have heard of him
So
in his legend
Um,
lore.
technically,
In his
the
memories.
Gatewatch, most of the members I should not actually know because they are younger than I am by a lot.
Yeah, you don't know Jace, so she wouldn't
Yeah,
know Jace.
Jace, Gideon, Sandra, Ileana and
Yeah.
Nisa.
You weren't focusing on that part in the legend lore, so you wouldn't have known anyway. They would have just been figures in a battle.
I know like Soren, Urza, Nicopolis, and the old guys. I'm OG.
Anyway, everybody besides Dagger and Rein, because I'll say the ring makes her immune to this, needs to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Not wearing it.
Oh wait, no, never mind.
She's
The Baron auto passes. That's right. Your wisdom save is over 10, right?
Yeah.
So Varth should.
Yeah,
But
Varth-
Rein should still roll, she's saying, because she doesn't have the ring. Sleep
Oh.
has it.
Okay.
No, wait.
That's-
Oh yeah, you're right. I thought you were asleep.
Oh,
Wait.
I'm Rein.
Okay. I was confused for a second there. It's like for some reason my brain thought you sent the similar acronym, and then you're like, I'm safe way over here.
No way, I didn't want to go anywhere near that
simulacrum-
column thing.
Her simulacrum is way weaker than she is.
28.
It's been 2 weeks.
Okay, you're fine.
I hope a wisdom save of 28 does something.
What's the minimum you can get? Just so I know.
The minimum I can get is 11.
Okay, you are immune to Shadowfell Despair.
You don't know what I rolled?
What'd you get?
I rolled a 1.
Total. You're high enough level now, you might still pass.
Total, I got a 6.
She's a wizard.
Oh, why? Okay.
That's not me.
I just closed it too.
I tried to stop you.
Tell
Yeah.
I need one as well, because she doesn't have one that's still there.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Me and Tess had them from before.
Oh, and roll a d6.
Okay.
Rein.
A D6.
Relax.
I got
Sorry.
a 2.
You said roll a d6, and the song got stuck in my head.
Alright. Rein,
Hi.
you now have apathy. You have disadvantage on death saving
I love that
throws
one.
and dex checks for initiative, and you gain the following flaw. Quote, I don't believe I can make a difference to anyone or anything. It's on page 52 of the DMG.
Oh no.
Apathy, in case you need to write any of that down.
Chung got a 15 on her wisdom save.
Okay, she's fine.
Oh, hey, I can heal the stuff. I'm not hurt anymore.
Rain sleeps in a private bubble.
Yeah.
Rein,
I
we'll
can-
say this is because you do not have the ring on you. You kind of feel powerless just because you've had it on you for so long. You know,
Yes.
it's like losing a great tool, whether it was bad or not.
Tool.
You're like, I could be much more useful with it. Without it, I'm nothing, or something. Well, we could go with that, maybe.
It brings her back to how she felt early on when she first got thrown into adventure. Like, what the hell am I doing here? I'm not good at any of this.
So yeah, it's morning. You all got your long rest, and your bubble, both your bubbles, pop.
How'd everybody sleep?
Terrible.
Like
Dang.
the dead. Ah.
The puddle of water that was Varth inside a little bowl in the ground stands up. I slept fine.
Just thumbs up from the puddle.
No, I told.
Just kind of forms up from the puddle.
I did inform Dagger, but apparently I slightly have a urge to drink blood growing in me again.
Varth just kind of looks at you with a confused glance. I'm cool then.
Yeah.
I say, looking at my body composed completely of water. There's no blood in me at this point. And I'm not even sure if my blood is still normal blood, because I've been a Yonti and a Genasi and was formerly a human. I really don't know if I'd want to drink my blood at this point.
I would give it a shot if you want me to.
Well,
Any-
if
Maybe
you have
next
to
time I'm Varth.
if you have to eat someone, I'm the most useless one here, so it could be me.
That is not true.
Oh shit! Give her some chocolate.
I don't have chocolate. Do you know how expensive that shit is?
Tess
We
is
just
li-
Came from Chalt.
That's fair.
Tess is like,
I ate it all.
this is like, no, you do magic and stuff. I will instead. You can just have mine instead. And they both try to out apathy each other, maybe.
Did I
Are
miss
you-
something? Or
I-
is everyone slightly sadder than they were the evening before?
It's the place. It does
Yeah.
that to people.
It's fucking with us.
Okay. Well, let's not stay here much longer than we have to. Let's go kill this thing and get out of here.
Real quick, have any of you guys, and can I say that during my watch, I sketched that creepy monster that I saw?
Yeah, sure.
Any of you guys seen anything like this?
It looks like a. Well, are you proficient with artist tools or anything?
I'm proficient in navigator's tools. No, I'm not. I can roll a thing.
Let's
though.
draw what this looks like to us.
You guys see the equivalent of like a horror movie where the little kid draws the monster. It's just black swirls with the evil eyes in it. There's nothing else you can really make out from it. To be fair, that's all you saw anyway in your dream.
Yeah, I saw the.
Yeah, it's kind of like that.
It was bipedal, but it was walking on all fours. Instead of
bear.
legs, it had like these claw things.
Wendigo?
Still kind of sounds like a bear. I guess it could be a Wendigo.
Oh, a Wendibear.
It was definitely not.
I think it's a Wendigo that used to be a bear.
That actually would be very
I
terrifying.
mean, I've
now that I
never
think about
seen
it.
a Wendigo, but I don't think it was that. It was almost like it could smell my fear.
But Wendigos usually have horns, so you probably didn't see a Wendigo if you didn't see horns.
They're like
Big-
black snail.
Yes.
Also, don't they, like
don't have legs or feet? Yeah,
like
Some do.
winter though? Aren't they like
Mhm.
usually in the mountains?
usually.
Yeah, this thing's not like that.
Was it some sort of shadow beast?
It was.
A phobophage?
I've never heard of that. I was okay. So I had a nightmare that I was in Chult again,
I'm sorry.
and this creepy monster thing was looking for me. And at first, I thought it was just it's this place fucking with me more, because this place is gonna be the death of us. But then it was.
Varth once again shoots an eyebrow up like.
Everyone affected by the despair is like, yep.
It was there was all of this shadow thing. Like my light spell wasn't effective as I thought it would be, and then the moon was obscured, and I'm like, oh, this is probably that weird shit with Shar and the eclipse and the shadow being blocked out and everything.
Mhm. We're all gonna die.
I
And-
believe Varth is proficient in religion, correct?
And when I cast daylight,
16.
the dream went away.
Oh, you don't need to roll. I was just asking if you're proficient.
Oh, yep. I rolled anyway, so 16.
Okay.
Well,
Sorry to interrupt
sometimes a dream is just a dream.
Varth. You think heavy amounts of divine symbolism there. The moon was probably Saloon, and the darkness was Shar.
The moon was Saloon and the darkness was Shar. It is a diametric opposite. They have been at war with each other since the beginning of the divine,
It also told me that
which existed before Faerun did.
It also told me that the deceiver would not help me, so I presume.
Tails.
Yeah.
Oobtail would not have any help here. We're fighting his shadow. Which might be irrelevant to maybe, Zebediah won't help us, even if we find him here, because he was a follower of Oobtail.
Yes, he was a
He would
Bari.
definitely help us.
Yeah, he was
I
that.
don't think he'll be able to, is more what I was saying.
Well, we gotta find him first.
If he's here. If not, we'll just have Baron plane shift the whole maze.
You want me to do that? I'll attempt it. Where
Let's
do you want to
kill,
go?
let's
Rein.
kill Shabarabablaba first.
Rein.
What?
As they mentioned Zebediah, you look
Mhm.
down at the lure that you found. And you turn it around on the other side. And on the other side, it has carved into it in Elven. In Zebediah's signature. Well, not actual signature, but his kind of
His
His
script.
writing
symbol.
style.
All wizards have a symbol.
That's true. If we're wrong, still game one.
Don't
Yep.
remember your cantrips. And immediately, that despair is lifted from you.
No.
He's right. All right, we have to get moving. We have to find Zeb.
So I'm plane
Wait,
shifting
so
the whole plane?
you agree that Zeb isn't gonna be able to help us?
I think we have to find him.
even if he isn't able to help us.
We didn't see what you read, so you're like, I think he's right. And the last audible thing was Varth saying,
Well-
I don't think Zeb can help us.
Yeah, because Rein was like completely zoning everybody out, like just staring off into nothing,
That's
and
fair.
that's when she saw it, and it's like, he can help us.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's cool.
let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put Maddie Mouse on my shoulder.
Well, I was having her where she's inside her own hat, which is on top of her Trism flying cat.
Aww.
Oh, that's so much better, yeah.
And
I
it just,
love it.
And it just flies around and stays out of combat, unless otherwise stated.
You got to be careful. Unicorn, Pegasus fly around, pooping on people.
Oh god, you don't want to run into a Pegasus here. It's not a Pegasus. It's much
Oh,
worse.
what is that? I'm just remembering that Legends of Tomorrow episode where the unicorn just fucking murders a bunch of people.
Oh, I was just thinking, if any horse was flying around here and it pooped on you, it'd be quite nightmarish. Anyway, so you guys head further direction you guys were going.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I have Leo out because I need the emotional support.
Oh, right. Can you give me a wisdom?
Do it.
Can you give me
I
a
beg
wisdom
you,
saving throw for
I
him?
can do you.
Oh, for the dog?
Do it.
Yeah, he's sentient.
Oh no.
He is. He's smarter than some people in the group.
Yep.
Okay. I kind of doubt that. I don't know. Give me a second, I haven't find his stats.
No, we don't know what all the NPCs' intelligence scores are. We have like 10 of them.
I say that as I look at Chung.
She looks at you quite angrily.
They have the same intelligence.
I'm sorry. That's very entertaining. I love that. Although I will say for a fact that dog could outsmart Gutshank.
You got a total of 20. Ain't nothing taking my puppy down.
Also, your puppy's face would have had advantage. It passed on that roll. Now
It's
I
a
think about
dog.
it.
They naturally have advantages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's just look at it. Oh, I'm no longer depressed.
Here's what went on in his blink dog brain during the long rest. Am I a good boy? I am a good boy. And
That was it. That's the entire conversation.
yeah.
Yeah, she definitely slept very close cuddled up next to him because this place is scary as shit and I don't like it.
I can protect you. You sleep closer to me. I have an aura of protection.
You're not a paladin. Also, you literally just said you want to bite us and drink our blood.
For now, that's faded off. It's not like a constant restraint. It's just something you notice during the night.
Scorpion.
I'm sorry if that makes me feel like I don't want to be spooned by you.
You can be the big spoon.
Or the other way around.
Just imagine the Baron doing any spooning is hilarious. He just pulls out silverware, spoon.
I do not understand this term.
No, I will be a perfect gentleman. It is just to keep warmth.
Be a perfect gentleman. He'll be the big spoon.
It's just to keep warm, says the cold undead monstrosity in the group.
Aw, that's mean.
No, he is a little cold.
Monstrosity's a bit hard.
It's a bit harsh.
I mean, what is?
Not completely, just a bit harsh.
I mean, what is monstrosity in 5th edition, really?
I already went through that conversation with you people.
Last one.
Anyway,
And then you gotta stop begging.
so you guys proceed forward, and you don't encounter any real turns around here besides it being a radial maze, and you're constantly moving to the right.
Right.
You hear up ahead, but you don't see it quite yet. Crying.
Like adult crying or like
Yeah,
children crying?
like adult crying. And you hear like, Martha? Where are you?
Why'd you say that name? I'm sorry.
Where are you? Haven't seen you.
Martha's incredibly skeptical.
You also hear a different voice, a female voice. Go, Sean? Sean?
Are you saying Sean or Chung?
I can't.
Where's my boy?
I can't take this seriously anymore.
You're welcome. I'm trying to make this a lot less dark.
Do you maybe
Sean?
go see if you can see what that
I will.
is?
The Baron proceeds forward because he's a helpful person.
Also,
Varth
he
proceeds
might be
forward
hungry.
behind the Baron, but has a lot of skepticism as to what's going on.
Yeah, Leo does like the like army crawl behind him, like trying to stay low and
I am
hide.
like 3/4%. This is a trap.
Yeah, same.
Wait, 3/4%. You know that's less than,
3/4%.
you know that's less than 1%, right?
No. Yes. I don't do math.
You mean
That's a trump of percentiles.
I am almost certain this is a trap. I would say 80%.
That's a good number.
You
so
hear
we're certain it's a trap? Do we have a plan?
a little boy.
Yeah, we'll probably just blow it up.
Little boy say, "Lassie, where are you?"
I stop
girl.
moving. Stop. Nobody take another step.
Okay.
It's just like constant, like quiet weeping and stuff around the corner.
Does the sound appear to be coming from in front of us constantly, no matter where we're moving?
Give me a perception check. You're going to be trying to listen in on it.
24.
Did you wish to check
It's
on this?
it's it's up ahead, and you assume you can tell it's from 3 different voices.
Does it seem to be getting closer as we're moving closer, or does it seem to be always the same distance away?
Seems to be at random. Sometimes you can tell it's coming from 3 different sources because the 3 voices are quite different from each other. Sometimes it's moving further away, sometimes it's moving closer. Seems like it's stuff that's moving, but not really moving towards you specifically. Maybe not purposely.
I think this is meant to mess with us. Let's keep going. Kind of like that madness ghost. The Alep. Let's keep going. All right, trek on.
As you move forward and go around that curve, you see, standing there, kid-sized humanoid. But instead of hands, it has a sharp spike coming out of both hands. You notice, actually, there are 5 arms.
Oh God.
They seem to be just skin and bone, and very thin, muscly sinew underneath it. There's no clothes, but there's no bits underneath those clothes to worry about. The eyes seem to be in a constant frown of sorrow as their eyes are glowing yellow. And you see 3 of them, and the shortest one seems to be this child crying out for this lassie. And as it sees you, it says, "Oh, thank goodness!" And it starts running up to you, and like it's going to want to hug you. And we'll need to roll initiative.
Fireball it! Fireball it!
As we roll initiative.
Yeah. We're not getting hugs from you, tiny scary monster.
Also, out of character. Cat, see, I told you.
Yeah. Oh no! Literally, I got the oh no! Oh!
Do. 13.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm like, oh no, it's a monster. I'm like, oh no, it's a child trying to hug me.
Have any of you played Dead Space 2?
No.
I've seen pictures.
LP of it.
It's like those children. Like, it's like that
Oh
size.
God. Oh dear God.
Take out its limbs. Don't do headshots.
Like everything from Dead Space is like you're in the Shadowfell in space.
Yeah. Dear God, why?
13 for the Baron.
14 for Rein.
Nice. Oh yeah, you no longer.
I got 12.
Ooh. You no longer have disadvantage.
Ah, yay. Still 14.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
The NPCs go at 13 as well, I think. And Dag goes at a big ol' 5.
Yeah.
Man, you're somehow less observant than Varth with 12.
I mean, she's a little freaked out, and I was at the back of the party.
Okay. So, Rein, with her
I-
14, goes first.
Wow.
Damn.
You see
Wow.
3 of these, what might have been some form of humans, are definitely not that here. and the smallest one seems to be running to Varth. Out of
Oh,
desperation,
God.
it seems like. It's not even, doesn't seem like it's being hostile. It's like running up to embrace him.
It's my impression that they're dangerous even if they look like children.
You don't need to roll insight. They definitely look extremely dangerous.
Oh God.
They
Have
look
5
super
arms
creepy,
ending in-
don't they? They got like glowing
They have
eyes.
5 arms ending in spikes.
Yeah.
Oh, are you
So-
fucking kidding me? That's what they look like?
I told you.
Wow. I didn't know it would be exactly
Ah.
that guy.
You threw that in retroverse, and I'm like, really? Really?
You know what fucked me up? Matt Mercer used that shit in the latest episode of Critical Role.
Yes.
Oh
Oh.
my God, you're all stealing from each
I
other.
didn't steal from
Thieves!
He stole from me. I planned that adventure 2 weeks ago.
How dare you all use the same random monster from the monster manuals that's published for everybody to use?
Yeah, how
It's
dare...
not the monster manual. That's the thing. It's from Tomb of from Mordecai.
Tomb
Fucking
of-
nobody uses that. Tomb of Mordecai.
It's from Tomb of Mordecai.
It's from Tomb of Foes.
All right.
You can find it in the
I'm
Tome of Horrors.
I'm gonna cast mirror image on myself just to. So now there is multi-rain.
Okay.
Oh no, they're scattered showers.
No dying.
Scattered shower. Tonight in Shadowfell, scattered showers. And it's just like a Rain's like head profile, like the shoulder up, and it's just like a bunch of those pictures on the weather map. You know, like a bunch of rain in this area.
Rain coming.
And anything else in your turn?
That is gonna be it. I'm not gonna move up any closer as they're running forward. I'm just gonna kind of stay back and multi-rain.
Okay. Baron,
Ah,
your turn.
Fire! Die!
To the smallest one or the other two? All three seem to have definitely noticed you by now.
Well, the child ran up to me for a hug, so I'm killing that.
Well, it ran up to Varth, but
Yeah, Varth was the
yeah.
one that was advancing first. You're
Yeah,
still
go
you're
kill
still
that.
within move. You're still within move.
Stop saying Martha! 17 hit?
Yes.
16 hit?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Man. Does fire work, or should I just snap me?
You have a feeling that if you weren't in constant dim light or darkness in Shadowfell, it seems to have some kind of resistances to non-magical weapons, but being super high level, that doesn't really matter anymore for you guys.
Should be about 45.
45
don't
damage.
What? Does necrotic work on them?
Do you attempt the necrotic?
It's an automatic thing with that I can do.
Was that
so-
was that 45 with the necrotic?
Yeah, if there's 10 of that's necrotic.
Okay, as you stab it straight through its torso, very
Mhm.
clearly you can feel like bones and flesh, but there are no real organs per se. It's definitely not human or forms any normal biology. But your necrotic, surprisingly enough, injures it. So it takes all of it. Yeah, you know these are creatures spawned from the Shadowfell, which is made of necrotic energies. Apparently, they are not even resistant to it, let alone... Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it is not. Thank you for making this more difficult for everybody.
yeah,
do
'cause
notice-
I'm a dick.
Even though
Yep.
a cat appears, and it's like, actually... And you notice that your weapon, the necrotic damage, actually is the only part of that damage that did full damage.
So magic and fire.
Your magical weapon did half damage.
The piercing part or the slashing.
Oh.
But the fire and the necrotic went full through. Terry, can you not? Thank you.
But you stabbed pretty good, and some black blood out of the backside, like Shadow Colossus.
Okay, so the magical weapon damage was halved, but the elemental went through.
Yes.
Cool. Just make sure I clear that up because, yeah.
Anything else in your turn?
That's it.
Okay, let me see who's next, because everybody had really close numbers. Up next is Tess.
She's gonna try and backstab it. Oh wait, how many are there?
There are 3. There's a childlike sized one running straight for Varth. There is the one that the Baron's attacking. The one that said, I already forget her name from Batman Superman. Martha, yeah. And then there's a third one.
She's going to attempt to backstab the one on the Baron because she knows she has advantage on that.
Okay.
Or she has sneak attack.
Okay.
That's pretty good. That's a 25.
Let me check their natural armor. Yeah, that hits.
Here, you greedy mofo. Stop begging for food.
Nope.
That's what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
No. Never stop begging for food.
He's like, yeah, after my... you have to stop me begging after I'm dead.
Pretty much.
I was going to try to make some joke about cold dead hands, but cold dead paws, but whatever.
Phew!
She stabs it
7d6.
in its other gut.
That is
it's-
29 points of piercing damage.
It seems to resist all of that.
Yeah, fucking dickbags.
But it looks really, really hurt. In more ways than one, both physically, but also emotionally.
And she's gonna... Yeah, she's gonna disengage and get away from these things because they're scary.
Okay.
And she doesn't think her 1d4 damage is going to be useful in her offhand one.
As she stabs it in the gut and it looks down at the wound, it starts crying, and it looked up to her and was like, "Why?" As she retreated.
Wow.
Chung's turn. They're made of sorrow. It's just
Yeah, cool. So Chung is not phased by any of this. She is going to try and run up and cleave the one that is, not cleave. Yeah, no, it's a warhammer. Going to squash the one that is threatening Varth. So bonus action to rage, and then run up into attacks.
okay. Putting the hammer down on this sorrow.
That is an 18.
That hits.
Is it a fiend or undead?
Nope.
Okay.
That's the answer. Nope. Is it this or this? No.
That is 16 points of damage with the first strike.
Okay.
And the second strike is a nat 20. Heck yeah! I got the heck yeah one.
The first strike, as it's running up towards Varth, smacks one of its limbs, and it bends it backwards as you hear like the bones snap, and it immediately tries to snap it back into place.
Ugh.
And you're nat 20. Roll D100.
Woo!
I usually don't have the energy for it, but I would like to do more of the Matthew Mercer approach, where he fully describes every move in combat, which is really nice.
14.
14. She smacks it in one of its legs, breaking the shin as it falls prone.
Oh, nice. That is 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
And it seems the leg that was clearly broken at a 90-degree angle snaps itself back into place.
Oh, hang on. There's a thing. I'll do it next turn because I don't have it ready.
Even with this crazy powerful magical weapon, it seems resistant to it.
Because there's a thing. This crazy magical weapon can give off light. I gotta see what action it takes to do that, though. Oh, god damn it, now I gotta find the Mace of Disruption. She'll do it next turn.
Okay. Mezzy goes, and she goes, Xena's in there. And she goes after the one that...
She would probably have the Xena-like battle cry.
Oh, yeah, she's very Xena. But a little more Mary Sue. And she goes over and helps with the Varth one.
A little too much Mary Sue.
3 attacks with the Kopesh. Hit. And hit. Oh, nope, that one's definitely not a hit. Shing, 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 and she's cutting with her blades. Seems to help a little bit. It is Varth's turn.
Oh.
So Jeanette just found a thing. Apparently,
Oh, go ahead. What are you saying?
Sorry, Jeanette just found the thing. Apparently, whenever you're holding the weapon, it sheds bright light in a 20-foot radius and dim light for an additional 20 feet.
Ah, okay. Well,
But I don't know if that would still be halved because Shadow fell. But either way, it's some bright light.
it does not have, or it is not halved, so it wasn't resistant to those attacks because
Nice.
of the light.
Woohoo.
If you have light magic, use it.
I noticed the Baron's fire being effective against it. I mean, necrotic.
Yes.
So elemental magic seems to be working.
Yep. This one's maybe 15 feet away from you, and it looks fairly hurt. Not as hurt as the one Baron was attacking, though.
I use it's a bonus action to go back to Varth, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I use a bonus action to go back to Varth. I use the spell Primal Savagery as a nice little cantrip. And then I move up, and with my now elongated claws, I do some acid damage with some claw attacks, hopefully.
Okay.
Well, I don't know how these things are armored, so I'm going to hope that a 22 hits.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Okay.
You don't see any armor or weapons on them at all. It's just that they have spikes instead of hands. Which is like xenomorph. Like, it's very, like, they're natural
very
weapons.
xenomorph.
They're not carrying anything in that regard. This is pure acid damage, if I recall, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think I also add stuff to it because I took a thing that did that.
It's okay, buddy. Relax.
Elemental Adept?
I get my wisdom to cantrip damage.
Oh, cool.
Oh, from your class of your class.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, buddy. Relax.
Is that the Circle of the Spirit Lord thing?
Yeah.
Nice.
So he takes 17 acid damage.
Okay. Clear sizzling noise as you scratch through him. And you hear him, this child's cries get louder as he looks down at horror at the mark you left on him. Anything else in your turn?
No, just as I slash into it, because they seem to be beings made of sadness, Varth says, "It's such a chipper day." They're made of sadness, so Varth's like, maybe if I say happy things, they'll go away.
Your claws, they don't seem affected by whatever resistances it seemed to have at all.
My sword also has light around it.
The fingernails that I grew
flame.
were just part of the spell. When I actually grew the fingernails, they don't do any extra damage. It's just pure acid.
Yeah.
That's what he means.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Baron, I'll unresist that then.
Yeah.
That makes sense. All right, their turn. The child-sized one goes, "Please
Are you
stop!
my daddy? No, no.
Help me!" As it tries to hug you.
Ah,
I don't want hugs. No hugs.
Does an 18 hit,
Who?
Varth?
No.
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 What
Not
is it,
at all.
19 now or 20?
Oh, no, it's 21.
Holy shit.
It attempts to hug you, and you just like use its own momentum against it as you like sidestep it.
You doing the palm to the forehead thing?
No.
I have a shield, too, so, yeah. I'm just like, move out
It
of the way.
seems like just a thing you see in cartoons and movies and shit, but I've literally seen Kevin do that to a child before.
Baron, the one that you currently have shivved into torso, its limbs start to go around you as it tries to embrace you.
Oh, no. No hugs. No consent.
18.
No consent. 18?
The Baron does not approve of your hugging.
I believe that hits on the dot. 18.
Ooh, okay. So, I just gave the weirdest face there. You are now grappled as you take 25 piercing damage.
Holy
Ow.
shit.
Wow.
As it
That's
hugs
the
you,
first time
and
that Baron's taken any damage.
as it
the whole
hugs
campaign.
you with all of its limbs, and it seems to be holding on to you tightly, like it's damaging you, not intentionally. It just wants to hold on to you, and you feel an overwhelming sense of sorrow of someone who's lost and alone and not able to find anyone to help them, as you take an additional 27 psychic damage.
God damn.
Ow!
As it
Jesus
is,
Christ,
as
just did over 50 damage.
as it's hugging you, its head's like over your shoulder and it's weeping and its tears are going down your back.
Nope.
Damn.
Damn.
And the third one's like, Sean, and it runs towards Dagger and attempts the same thing.
I'm in the back.
Of course, the Sean one gets in that one.
Oh, thank God.
Wait, did it run past all of us? This is a narrow hallway.
Yeah, you.
No,
can,
it's not. Remember, it's not narrow. It's like 20 feet
It
wide.
opens up wider.
I would say Tess and Chung would get opportunity attacks.
I was gonna say it just ran past just a cloud of us in this like.
Yeah, because I was in the back.
hallway.
Oh, Kopesh lady, why not? She'll get into. She hit with a nat 19, so slash.
Woo!
Let me get out my 25 dice for the roll with sneak attack.
You can only do that once a round, correct?
On your
Once a
once
turn.
per turn, and a reaction is not on your turn. It's
Okay.
on somebody else's turn.
That is true.
Okay.
That's why Kobe's
Commander Strike.
Commander Strike is so fucking awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, she didn't roll nearly as good as damage this time. Oh no, that's still about the same. 28 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Little cut from the Kopesh. Relatively little cut. You can get not magical. I know you guys gave her a magical weapon, but it was her offhand she swung with.
Yeah.
Even with the sneak attack damage, it seems to have resisted it. Seeming
And
to not affect its momentum as it's moving forward.
yeah. Chun gets one as well, you said?
Yep,
She got a 28 to hit
that definitely hits.
for 16 points of damage.
Okay. It staggers a little bit from the force of the bludgeoning damage, but it's still running straight to you. It's like the Uruk-hai in Lord of the Rings that's like going to suicide itself and nothing can stop it.
Yep.
Except this thing's like skin and bone. So it's like, why is this thing so damn resistant? And it we'll see how it blunders because it got a nat 1. 27 on my chart. As it attempts to hug you, one of its claws, we'll say you're next to the wall, one of its spikes or whatever, gets stuck into the wall.
I duck from underneath it and just flatten up against the other wall. Also, if you can hear that growling, that's what Leo's doing. The dog is currently sitting on my foot and just rumbling, just growling.
And now that everyone else is gone, Dagger.
God, they don't like the light, right? I'm gonna take out my drift globe and cast daylight from it.
Okay.
And because I didn't say I have it out, I believe that's my action.
The skin seems to soften on the one right next to you. Besides that, it doesn't seem
daylight
perturbed.
is a huge radius.
Yeah.
It sheds bright light for 60 feet and dim light for an additional 60 feet.
Okay, so it's half.
Bright side, all of them lose that resistance. Downside, I literally just put a fucking homing beacon on top of us, so we should end this quickly and then move.
All of them, their skin seems to not be as tight onto them anymore. But besides that, none of them seem affected by your daylight. They don't like look at it and go or anything.
And I'm gonna give.
As a reaction, that one that attack. Oh, sorry, it's still your turn. Go ahead.
I'm giving the Baron a D12 inspiration dice.
Okay. At the end of your turn, as a reaction, the one that attacked you gets the spike out. That's its reaction.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the one that's on the Baron Tightens its embrace on you.
Oh.
I'll read quote for quote. If the lost... Oh, never mind. It does not use its reaction. Good thing I read that. All right. So
yeah.
back over, I believe, to Rein with her whopping leading initiative of 14. The one the Baron's attacking looks really, really, really hurt.
Okay.
The child
It
one
also looks really, really attached to the Baron as it just put claws into his back.
Yeah,
Good.
it's profusely bleeding and crying.
So is the Baron as well?
Yeah, how do you
Probably
look
not.
at
Well,
health-wise,
the Baron might be crying.
Well-
He didn't like a hug, so.
He took psychic damage, but that doesn't mean he shows it visibly.
The piercing
It's
damage, on the other
emotional
hand.
damage.
Oh, the piercing damage, he looks really hurt from that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk up so that I'm standing in a line behind the Baron with this thing hugging him, and I'm just gonna point a finger and shoot a lightning bolt, and at the last second, it's gonna go around the Baron and just hit the creature because I'm gonna shape it around him. So the creature needs a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, you notice you have a little bit of difficulty, but you still are able to do it as he's wearing a bunch of metal armor. But you're able to definitely vault it off.
Just like to think there's a little scattering of electricity along the Baron's armor.
Baron's hair stands up just a little bit as the lightning goes past him, like, woo!
Yeah.
It's the electricity,
Okay.
the static in the air.
I'm pretty sure 12 fails.
That definitely fails. So this thing that's hugging the Baron, you're just getting a little,
Just be
Just do it,
thankful this
brother.
isn't second edition lightning bolt. Oh,
Yeah.
you're in a hallway?
Bounces back.
Oh, everyone's dead.
But if you do it just right, you can hit an enemy multiple times with that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right, yeah.
You can also cast it.
like that.
You better hope that your
You-
wizard has
make-
proficiency in trigonometry.
You
then.
make a dome of mirrors, and you're just like, Omayawa should do.
Yeah.
So it's 28 points of damage to the creature.
With a flash of light, the lightning bolt shoots out from Rein's staff, right? You have a staff, if I recall.
I have, well, not really anymore. It mostly comes out of my fingertips. My staff I kind of got rid of. I just have a quarter staff.
Who did you give that to? I'm trying to remember. I know you gave it to somebody.
I gave Winra my staff.
That's right. Winra has your mother's staff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, just a burning, gaping hole through its chest, Baron, and its eyes. You saw they flashed white as well from this lightning, and a little bits of spark came out of its eyes, and then there's just smoke in the holes of the eyes, and it falls off of you, crispy.
All 4 Reins just do one of these.
I forgot you have.
Any
The entourage of Reins.
Reins? Do any of you do anything else in your turn?
No, we stay there.
Okay. We are many.
Very. Relax.
All right. Up next, Baron. You are no longer grappled.
Okay.
I'd just like to say that altogether we're known as precipitation.
Nice.
And whenever you cast the spell, you're not casting
Mirror image.
mirror image. You're forming precipitation. Rain
many are
forms.
They're like a cover. There's 2 left. The child one looks fairly hurt. The other one, I don't think even been touched yet.
Okay. Slap the vampiric touch the child.
You touch the child?
I touch the child.
Ugh.
Sorry, that's a reference to some dumb Undertale cartoon. Where it's like, they were able to get all the monsters to fight the one bad guy because he's like, he touched me, and they're like, who touched the child? You touched the child, and then they all just beat the crap out of him. Anyway,
16 hit?
16 does, yes.
18 necrotic. And I heal a little. Yay.
Yay.
Woo, 9 hit points.
Yeah.
This vampiric heal felt very salty, like salt from tears, not salt from anger. That's a different monster that I really don't want to throw at you. That is also Sorrowsworn. Anything else in your turn?
Yeah, these Eberron Sorrowsworn are not easy monsters to face. They're just as deadly in 3.5.
That is
In fourth edition, they were chosen of the Raven Queen Shatterkai. They really changed them up in fifth.
They were 3.5 Eberron monsters found in the Underdark of Eberron or whatever, which wasn't called the, it's called the Underworld or whatever, and yeah, it was weird. I don't even understand.
That's cool.
Yeah, I think in Mordekainen's are from the Shadowfell.
That's cool that they actually, used Eberron stuff.
They used Eberron stuff from their book and made it
like they've never used Eberron stuff since it got published in the last 20 years.
It's so salty in here. I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
Who's trying it?
I would really like
Saltmarsh. I will be a cleric of Procan, the god of salt.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I'll be an old grizzled.
Whenever you cast anything, you just go. Everything. You're always shirtless for some reason.
I'm going to be a fat water Genasi.
Anyway. I want someone to join my party. It says one of the lost as it's crying.
No.
Anything else on your turn?
Nope, that's it.
I mean, Sean.
You don't care about power score.
Oh yeah, his name is Sean.
Sean.
Wait, I thought that's what that reference was.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There's a video game where there's a glitch in the game, and your character throughout whole of the game can push up. You can push a button on the controller, and your guy shouts "Sean."
The game.
Well, you can push the button over and over again during this one cutscene, and it glitches. And while your guy is supposed to be having this emotional speech, he occasionally goes, "Sean, Sean," and like yells Sean, and he's supposed to be like saying something emotional, and he falls off a cliff, and you can keep doing it while he's dead, falling down the cliffside, and it's like Sean, Sean, Sean.
Like there's other people talking, and you just hear very faintly in the background, Sean.
And you can keep doing it for several scenes later, and you just hear it in the distance. Sean.
Oh, here's the biggest kicker. You know what the name of the game is called?
Sean.
No, I just realized it's Heavy Rain.
Oh my god, I have that game.
Yeah.
You have to send us like a video.
It's the end of the game, so it'd be spoiling the game for you, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
That ending cutscene, spam the Sean button over and over again.
Look up Sean Heavy Rain.
Yeah, you can just keep doing it forever.
And like the original video is like some college dudes, and you just hear like one of them like in like the background the whole time.
And laughing as they finds this dramatic moment. And he's just yelling Sean, and his face like warps a little bit when he says it because the graphics are a little crappy.
It's his face doing the ugly cry that he does when like he's holding his son who's dead, and he's like Sean, but it's like does that face every time you press the button. So he just keeps doing that face over and over.
But it's in the middle of this dramatic cutscene where he has a different expression. So he's like doing a different expression with this serious face, and then goes.
Yeah, he's like.
I'm
gonna fucking kill Sean, you. Anyway, so I believe it is Tess's turn.
Yeah. Okay, so you said the one on.
The one on Baron is fried. The one that was attacking Dagger is the least hurt, and it's next to the wall next to Dagger. And the other one, Varth, is attacking. The child one, I believe. The Martha one's dead, the Sean one's barely hurt, and the Lassie one is the one Varth's attacking.
She is going to try and take out the one that Varth is attacking because she knows that one's weak.
The Lassie lost, got it.
Yeah.
Are you listening to it, Kevin?
I was too. Yeah. That is a dirty 20.
That is definitely a hit. Isn't it great? There's another
him just dying a little bit.
There's another thing at the beginning of the game. This isn't a glitch. It's just something really fun to do. You're looking for your son named Jason, and you get lost at the mall, and you press the X button, and it's you calling out for him. So it's just you running around the mall going, Jason, 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 Jason. Same kind of effect.
That is 31 piercing damage from Tess.
She stabs it right through the back of its head. Its blade just, well, he's not here to see it, but its blade just barely pokes out between the bridge. And then she pulls it back and falls over.
Nice. And then she's going to move to try and get closer to the one on Dagger.
Dagger, you notice that this one seems to have embedded into its side a potion of some kind.
Okay.
Almost like a meld with stone, but melded into like the side of it.
Well, hopefully Chung doesn't destroy that when she smashes the fuck out of it with her big hammer, because her passive perception is not that great.
Okay.
Actually, no, it's not that bad. Her passive perception is 15.
Varth, Tess ran up, did a sneak attack on the child one, stabbed it right through the back of its head, killed it. That's what you missed.
All right. So the only one left is the one that's jumping on
The Sean one.
Dagger. Got it. The Sean one. Sean!
Yeah, and on Chung's turn, she's gonna try and take that thing's head off with a baseball bat swing from her Oathbinder Warhammer.
Her holy slam jam. Yep.
From her
holy slam jam. She is going to. I'm trying to remember what it is. I'm pretty sure every every barbarian does get reckless. She is going to do reckless on these strikes.
All right.
That is a 22 for the first hit.
Are you saying Sean in the background?
Huh?
It's Kevin.
Me? No, he's talking to the dog. He's petting the dog. Like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Oh, I thought he was just like muttering in the background off camera, Sean.
That is a 28, and
definitely hits.
With her bonus action, she's going to try and use a shield bash to shove it prone. But I'll roll damage for the first two strikes first.
She aims at the lower part of the ribcage. Solid thunk. Here's some crack noise.
Altogether, that is 26 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, okay. It's quite crunchy. Crunch.
And then the shield bash is a 24 to hit. And
offhand, hits where its left ear would be. It does not have any ears. It seems to just have flesh skin over top of that spot.
For a big ol', hang on, math. Wow, 10 damage from a shield bash, and it is prone.
Okay. She, with her... It's like an uppercut with the warhammer as she hits it into the torso. And you hear like the crack of whatever bones it has in this weird anatomy. Her shield, with their offhand, hits it in the side of the head, and you hear the head make a clear crack. Like almost like a tree. Very quick twig snap. As the head immediately rests onto the opposite shoulder, and it falls down prone. Still moving. Its eyes are still going, but it is prone.
Nice.
So that's Chung's turn.
Yeah.
The Chungster's turn. The Chungus. Mezzy, that's right. Mezzy comes over.
Mary Sue gets to go.
She's like, I have advantage. Hooray. Stabby, stabby, stab, stab, stab. Alright. Just want to make sure she doesn't crit or crit fail. Okay, yeah, she hits with all of them. Chink, chink, chink. And because that light source is nearby and your daylight's still going, it still has no resistance. So, stabby stabs. After her, I believe, is Varth. There is one left. It looks really, really hurt. It's laying down next to the wall.
Move up and use...
Currently prone.
Primordial Savagery again.
You have advantage because it's prone. You only get one attack? I believe it's one attack. Eldritch Blast.
The spell is kind of a one thing, yeah.
I think Eldritch Blast is the only cantrip that gets multiple shots.
And damn it, stay on the. Come on, seriously.
I can't think of any others that get that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, Water Whip does, but that's not canon, so whatever.
An 11 probably doesn't hit it.
11 at advantage?
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I forgot to add stuff to that. Never mind. Hang on. It's not 11.
Yeah, I was going to say it's wisdom based. Your bonus should be really good with it.
Oh god, it's wisdom based. I'm sorry. 16.
It's your spell. It's a spell attack, just melee.
16. I added wrong. Yeah, 16.
Yeah, you hit.
It takes. $17 acid damage.
Your hand is like this, right? And the primal savagery, they turn into like these little black claws that poke out of your nails.
Yep.
And you go,
and they disappear as the spell ends.
And you go right into its head. Twist. Dead.
Nice.
Nice.
You definitely notice now that you're in close proximity, it seems to have a potion embedded into the side of its, like, where the stomach and stuff, your midsection would be. It seems like flesh has grown around most of it.
A potion?
Yes. Let me see if I can get a physical description. But yeah, there is a potion in it. No check needed. You guys can remove it if you want. Appears to be made of glass.
Yeah, that's freaking weird.
It has obviously liquids in it. I just, depending on the potion, depends on what color and what else is in there. Potions. But it looks like a nice potion, you know. It's not a healing potion, but it's definitely a potion of some usefulness. It's not glowing red potion.
With little golden motes.
Yeah, it's definitely not a healing potion. You guys are enough veterans, adventurers, that even without being an alchemist or herbalist, you know, it's not a healing potion. Here it is. An amber liquid, and you see floating inside it seem to be little bits of things. But the most iconic thing you see in it is a tiny rodent-sized heart in this amber liquid. Against all reason, it is still beating. Rein, you can give me the first Arcana check because you're a wizard and it's more your alley.
That's 16.
This is a potion of longevity.
Cool.
This can de-age people, but if you drink too many of them, it can do the opposite. You know the components needed for it. There's a scorpion's tail, an adder's fang, a dead spider, and a tiny heart.
Good to know.
Among other things.
Good to know. I'm gonna suggest we get the fuck out of Dodge. Actually, let me see if I can end this.
Do all of these things have one, or just that one?
Just that one.
Huh.
It's surprising they have anything at all, but apparently this adventure needs to have everything have a reward. So, you know, a monster drops loot. You know, the deer you kill drops a sapphire and 20 gold. You know,
Sure. All right.
Yeah, I don't see a way that I can end this spell, so I'm gonna say we should get the heck out of this area.
Wait, does the daylight follow us, or is it just...
Daylight spell?
So
no, it's No, it's stationary, but I can't end it early.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get going.
Yeah. And it lasts for an hour, so that's going to be a very bright hallway for a good long time.
Oh, this potion's rarity is very rare, just to give you an idea how expensive it is.
And I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go put the thunder rest on the dog, see if that chills him out for 5 seconds.
Okay. As you guys advance down this hallway, you eventually find a left turn, or you could keep going straight.
What do you guys think?
Who took that potion?
Whoever wants it. I don't need it.
I'll take it for now. We might need it later.
It's a potion of longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one of the people who would die of old age I can't die of old age, and neither can the water.
That's true. I'll
There.
keep it for now. I'll give it to somebody else.
We should give it to the dog when he gets old. Dogs should live forever.
That's a
Right.
good idea.
Rein, you know as an elf, you, of course, live a ridiculously long time, but with the ring, you are immortal, as long as you have the
Yes.
ring.
Mhm.
Immortality is amazing. You grow old, you see all those you love and care about grow old and die, never be able to join them again eternally. It's nice.
Starts playing Sins of the Father from Metal Gear Solid.
Baron, you're an interesting individual.
I get the feeling he's never had loved ones.
I think
have.
he had loved ones. I think he's been doing this so long that he doesn't have any attachments anymore.
I suppose that's true.
I was thousands of years old before I even became a vampire.
And there's that.
To make this potion add a little more flavor to it, the
It tastes
cork,
like cinnamon.
the cork, well, it probably does. There seems to be black wax sealing around the cork as well.
Oh, cool.
No, it's not magical per se, but it just seems to be like an extra waterproof seal over top.
Clean the outside of it off really good.
Yeah. Surprisingly, whatever its last thing is made of, it just doesn't really stick to glass very well, so it's quite
Okay,
easy
cool.
clean.
Yep. Cleans easily.
Doesn't
Got
even-
it. So it's not disgusting looking.
Surprisingly, these things didn't smell of anything. They didn't smell.
Okay,
They
that's
weren't
good.
human or humanoid in that
Right.
retrospect. If anything, they probably smell of sadness, I guess. I don't know. Whatever that
Salty.
smell is. Yeah.
Salty, like tears. Salty.
But you guys can either keep going forward on the path you're going now, or you can take this left turn.
We'll keep going the same direction.
It
Okay.
matters not, considering that the maze forever changes. Your direction doesn't matter.
Right. Let's just stick with this direction. It's working for now.
Yeah, we just have to hope that
Shabba-dabba-bum-bum-bum.
we're going the right way.
Mhm.
Yeah. If Shamalama Ding Dong tries to change it, then we're probably going to be lost.
Shubble up a dub dub.
Yeah.
We've got to hope
Yeah.
that like Ubchow or Zeb can try and give us some kind of clues out of here, because if it's always changing, I don't know how else to.
Guys,
It
continue.
took me 40 years to make it through Baphomet, and he's not as much of a dick.
I'm really hoping it's not that, because I gotta tell you, us humans, we really slow down after a certain time.
Wonder if you can live longer.
Baron,
True.
this maze is a slightly more pleasant than the ladies.
I don't know which one you're talking about. Oh, you mean because of the potion of longevity?
Mhm.
I'm not
I've
worried
been in
of
a lot of
dying.
mazes since I've entered this multiverse.
Yeah, it's kind of a
It's a
thing.
theme.
At least you're not in the retroverse. Apparently, there's like a whole beginner adventure that has a maze master or something.
Oh, I was
stupid.
there too.
Yeah.
They had chili dogs.
Oh yeah. A little blue hedgehog as well. Yeah.
He looked really weird, and then they edited him.
He looked strangely less weird after they fixed his graphics.
Mm.
As you guys continue for an hour, you're eventually come to a dead end. But at this dead end, it seems to be a pool of swamp water.
Ugh.
All right, let's turn around.
It seems to go from the dead end to like 20 feet towards you. So it's not like it's a bit of sitting water.
I'm curious what's in the water.
In the Shadow Realm, probably a kraken.
I
if-
pull out a
Or
stone.
2
and
or
just
3
throw it.
abyssal krakens. I'm not sure.
What
No,
if
it's
it's
just-
you swim into the water and you come out the other side and you're out of the maze?
That's what I was
would like to
wondering.
think that that's what the Realm of Shadow wants you to believe. And then when you dive in, there's a swamp kraken.
Yeah, but maybe they know that you'll think
There's
there's a swamp
always a
kraken.
monster, Varth, but I mean, who knows? He threw something into the water. What does it do, if anything?
Something catches it.
What?
What?
Before it enters the water, or when it enters the water, something comes up. and
As
grabs
you're
it.
throwing it down, suddenly a tentacle comes up and grabs it. Coming
What
up
does this
out of the
look like?
water Rein immediately recognizes it, but I'm going to describe it anyway. It seems to be
Jeanette.
a three-eyed fish
No.
vertically. As
Oh my god.
it comes up
We're in
and,
Springfield.
and looks at all of you.
No.
In aquatic, I say, hello?
Don't talk to it. Get away.
You hear in its head, "Hello, mortals. What brings you to my lair?"
Ah.
Actually, we're in this maze. We're kind of trying to find a way out.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I see you
He
were
looked
one
like
of the
someone I
lost
knew
then.
named Galore. Remember him?
I just elbow him.
You know, I'm going to actually roll for that.
Rein stumbles back to like the back of the group, probably where Dagger usually.
Ah,
is at.
yes, Galore.
No, Azra is usually in the back.
That's fair.
You know of,
Dagger's in the middle.
you know of him.
Met him before.
How is he now? Still stoned?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Dagger doesn't know what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Yeah.
This is the plains. This thing could be from anywhere. Are you stuck here?
No. It's just,
Ah, well, that's good.
it's a useful spot, almost like a spider, being able to trap things into my own web. So to speak, of course.
I look behind us when he says
If it's all the
that.
same to you, this is not going to get us to the middle of the maze. We're going to just go the other way.
You can go through my lair. It goes underneath this. Heads closer to the tower. The
Are
Blight
you
Spire.
sure?
Can I insight check him?
I have no
I'm not-
reason to
Bam.
lie.
Still
I'm
insight
not
check him.
really. I'm not really sure that this realm worked like that.
Oh, the shadows can go many places that you cannot see.
You said it
This
goes
plane
towards
is
the
made of
center the
illusions.
maze.
Yes.
That's neat.
What did you guys get in your insights? Since
yeah.
you guys are doing the squint eye.
I'm not. I'm trying to be as peaceful looking as possible while I'm talking to him, but I'm actually decent at deception. So,
You are surprisingly calm.
Yes.
Most
And
that I
the
reach
only-
into their brain, I can sense at least some form of an adrenaline rush of fear for the alien and unknown.
19 for my insight.
Okay, what did
22.
Okay,
Does he seem like he's trying to get us all to go underwater so he can eat us or kill us or mummify
Well,
us in
it's
some way,
worse.
some horrible monster?
Rain cast water breathing this morning.
I do it every morning.
Okay, so Varth, you are inciting if he wants
If
you to
he's
get
being deceptive.
if he wants you to get into the water, into his
Yeah.
lair.
Yeah. Does he seem to be trying to deceive us into going into the water to kill us?
22 total, you said.
Altogether, yeah.
You're not sure if there's a gender involved with aboleths.
It probably isn't.
It's a very alien creature. And even then, you can't help but feel some sort of suspicion. You're not sure what to tag it onto. It could be telling the complete truth, but something just seems off. Rein, what'd you get?
I had a 22.
Okay, same result. Dagger.
I got a 16. I don't fucking know. I'm just freaked out.
Wow, this thing's really useful. It just looks scary, you know?
Yeah.
You know, it probably just wants to be your friend.
I'm just looking at the two who are, like, Varth seems is talking to it, and he's friendly with it, and Rein clearly knows more about these things than we do.
You guys know enough about Varth. Maybe Rein doesn't at this point, but you guys know enough about Varth to know that when we meet something weird, Varth is usually deceptively calm. He's probably nervous, but he acts deceptively calm every time he speaks to something. The deception is he's always calm.
I don't know whether or not you genuinely want to go into the water with this thing, so I'm just holding.
I am a being that can easily, and as I'm speaking to this thing, I turn into water. I am a being that can easily become more than what I seem. Deceiving me is not wise.
Rein, what is your greatest desire? You
My
can send it to me on a Zoom chat if you don't want to share it publicly.
All right.
Dagger, what is yours?
Oh God.
Also, you could send it as well, Zoom chat.
I gotta think about this.
Baron, what is yours? You can send me that as well. 'Cause I want to be humored. I'm sure the Baron's greatest desire is something great.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough because the Baron has memory loss. So
That reminds me.
Would it be his current conscious greatest desire?
Yes.
Or like
Yes.
his pre-damaged brain's greatest desire?
It is currently this present Baron's greatest desire.
The current doctor.
Yeah. Maybe it's to get your memory back or something? I don't know. I'm not the Baron. It leans over towards Rein and says, "You are very far away from home, elf.
Mm-hmm.
This would be the quickest way back. I know that ring has much weight upon you.
Oh.
Perhaps
Did all of us hear that?
Yes, it's speaking via telepathy, and it's just going to everybody, mass broadcast.
Okay.
It's obviously targeting Rein, and it says, that ring is quite powerful. I might know of a way to destroy it. You could go back home.
Oh. Really?
Oh.
Destroy it?
Ooh, interesting. Immediately just seems to, like, stop its own conversation with you, and it gets out of the water a little bit, and it's leaning towards the Baron and says, "You're almost as old as I am." Interesting.
I don't show it. I moisturize.
Perhaps you would like an alliance. You are seeking power.
I don't know how powerful you are if you are stuck here.
I could help you attain that spark that you are seeking at the middle of the maze.
How so?
I could send some assistance. I have my own underlings, just like you do. And you just all can't help but notice he seems to be talking about the rest of you.
Hey.
Varth continues to remain deceptively calm.
No, that sounds good. Yeah, if you send them with us, let me ask, what do you want in return, though?
A
Because
favor.
most time people don't help each other for no reason.
That is true.
Except for them.
But like many of my own kind, we want the same thing you do. Power. You could help with our alliance. We can both gain power.
Sounds good. I think this guy's up and up.
Yeah, that seems like it. Yeah, definitely, Baron.
Do not worry. With my alliance, Dagger, your sister will not be harmed. Also, I hear there is much gold in the Blight Tower. Yes.
The what?
Gold?
Varth seems even less interested than he already wasn't a minute ago.
I know you do not seek.
Varth just visibly rolls his watery eyes.
I know you do not seek material wealth, Varth. Perhaps
No.
I could teach you ways of the water.
If your power comes from all Hydra, then no, I'm not interested. If it's neutral,
All
perhaps.
Hydra. One of the tentacles comes up and ponders on what would be a chin. I have not heard that name in a long time.
It might have been Young Hydra.
All Hydra is Esticia's mortal enemy.
Yes. Not
I
since
thought that was Kasuth.
Esticia is mine.
I haven't heard her name since the Dawn War, as you mortals call it.
The what?
It has not been mentioned in a long time.
In this universe, Baron, and he just goes to explain what the Dawn War is.
I started hearing about that about a century ago. Before that, I never heard about it.
Yes,
Is
it
that
is
a new
quite
thing?
weird. That's what happens when you meddle with time, I guess. I believe it is a great ancient elder spell called Retcon.
Oh.
Ah, yes.
I'm just
That
Wasn't
hit
that-
us once before in my realm.
Wait. Wasn't that one of those forbidden Netherese spells? How did someone cast that again?
While we're having this friendly
Netherese.
conversation to try and
The
play
kingdom
it
of-
cool,
the
Dag
kingdom-
is gonna grab the flying cat and just cuddle it and be like, "This is fine. This is fine."
The Kingdom of Shadow has nothing to do with that. The spell retcon is actually on one of the tablets of creation.
Oh, interesting.
None of you know what that.
Netherese must have been
Nothing.
defined.
I know you do out of character, but definitely none of you know in character
no.
what the tablets of creation are.
Yeah, Varth just goes, "Oh, interesting," and just kind of shakes his head like, "What the fuck are those?"
Ah, well,
Dag's like,
That's a somewhat new thing too. They're similar to the tablets of fate.
I've heard stories about those.
she is uncomfortably interested. She doesn't want to be, but she is.
the aboleth goes back into the briny depths of the swamp water, and you still hear clearly in all of your heads,
Uh-huh.
"Follow me, and I shall take you where your greatest desires go."
I look over at the Baron. Are we good?
Should we hold hands so we don't get separated?
Are we really doing this?
I
Come
don't.
together.
Yeah, group huddle.
By the way,
Okay. It
This
can
is-
read our minds, so everything we're thinking, it can hear and know. Ergo, we must not think.
this is all
That's pretty easy.
This is all that's in this encounter, by the way. There is a 20-foot pool, fetid swamp, and there's an aboleth there. That's literally all they have
Nice.
in the adventure.
Question. Did Azra give you that ring of mind shielding ring?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good to know.
Enos did not acknowledge Azra at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, we look over at cardboard Azra.
Okay.
So it can read our thoughts.
Squeak,
so it
yeah.
knows that we already knows that we're probably going to portray it as it portrays us, because that's how these things go.
You'll all hear in your head, yeah.
Yes. You see, they're creatures of a very interesting mentality. It's going to aid and benefit us until it can't benefit from us. Then it's going to betray us and gain more power in the way. Ergo, we can trust it so long as we are on the same path.
So, Rein, you've clearly run into these things before.
Uh-huh.
I like this
And-
planeswalker. You hear all in your heads.
Any thoughts on the best thing to do if it decides to try and eat us?
Eat it first.
That's
That
not a thing I can do, Baron.
Just a little rice, some seaweed wrap, a little soy sauce.
Ah,
I can turn into a shark.
do.
No, not that kind of
That's-
shark.
That's
That's
that
a
is a
were shark.
plan.
That's a were
Frying it
shark.
up with rice is not a plan. You gotta
I
kill
mean-
it before you can fry it up with rice.
I mean, with the ring that Azra gave me, it can't read my thoughts, but that doesn't help any of you.
No, it doesn't.
Oh, I'm sure it doesn't want to read my thoughts.
Eh.
It doesn't.
Few
That might
seconds
not be a
there.
good
Oh,
idea to
God!
read your thoughts. Your thoughts are rather scattered from the stories you have told us. It might not be a good idea for it to try to read your thoughts. It would be rather confusing.
It's like watching a movie that's been
Spliced
severely
together backwards and
Do
wrong
you
and all
recall if there are any like certain kind of
Wait,
spell
wasn't that the big? Oh no.
he can really resist really well? Like
So,
Hit it hard.
Scott, since it can't read my thoughts, it can talk to me telepathically, but the ring of mind shielding keeps it from actually reading my thoughts. As everyone's discussing this, I would like to, let's see. Rein is going to cast Mislead so that an illusory double of herself appears right in the space where she was standing right when they're all talking to each other. But then Rein can step away, and Rein wants to go stick her head in the water and see what's actually under there while the illusory double is still next to everybody.
okay, I assume you're trying to do this quietly, so we'll still do a stealth check.
Yeah, because it doesn't take any verbal or
yeah, hilariously, I think we would be able to see you casting a spell, but
it's semantic.
No, mislead is actually
Yeah,
it's got its
semantic
bases covered.
components. All right, so I need what's that, a stealth check?
yes.
All right.
like we might see you move in your hands, but I don't know you actually cast anything.
So it's a 21 for a stealth check.
Dagger, what's your
21.
passive?
21. But that's not my passive. I don't have insight if that's what it would be. It's just I see her doing a thing. I've
Yeah,
never
so-
cast.
Okay, so you cast Mislead. You're
Right. So
in-
I become invisible at the
Mhm.
same time an illusory double of me appears right where I was in the same instant.
and you stick
and-
your head in the water.
And then I move away from where the double is, and I'm gonna go stick my head in the water.
Okay, Dagger is the only one that notices the slight ripples in the water with your passive perception. And Rein, you'll need to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Am I any good at these? I mean, I got a plus, not a great plus, but oh lord, it's a 9.
Oh
Let me just double check here.
Do
no!
it.
Oh no!
You are immediately poisoned.
Oh, so I have the poison condition.
Yes.
Cool.
As you
Ray's
stick,
gonna-
but as you stick your head in and you're looking through, it's swamp water. You can't see more than
Mhm.
5 feet out, even with dark vision.
I'm gonna pull my invisible head out of the water.
If you look in Zebediah's fishing techniques and equipment, it has a page reference for underwater visibility in the DM's G.
It does.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So
The DM's go. Sorry.
What?
Yeah,
Can
something
I-
is perfect there.
Can I do an insight check on the illusion of rain to see if I can determine whether the ripples were rain or if they were the aboleth?
well,
Is it-
as she's about to do it, Rein, who is standing next to Dagger and everyone, will speak and say, "That water is pretty foul. Like,
The illusion says
Yeah,
this? Okay.
I can make it speak instead of myself, and I can see through its eyes." and
Oh,
it's-
that's awesome. Okay,
Dagger,
that's cool.
you're
I
still
like that.
rolling insight more for that ripple to see if you're thinking maybe it would be a safer assumption in character. You're thinking
So the
Aboleth
water
is gonna
itself
try
might
to
be
ambush you
poisonous in
or
some
something.
way.
18.
18. What's your spell save, Brain?
My spell save is a 17.
Okay. Can't help but notice a slight flicker on the animation loop on Rain. It's ever so slight.
Yeah, I have heard of this spell because it is actually a bard spell. I've just never actually seen it or cast it. So yeah.
Rain, standing next to Dagger, gives a side glance and winks.
Good to know. Varth, do you have no protection from poison prepared?
Not that many of them.
Wait, what?
It only affects one person.
Oh. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, are we still doing this? I mean, we got to, right?
I don't know.
Not really. Mazes ever changing. Technically, if we go back and go a different direction, we could still be
Yeah,
going
but
the
we're
right
not
way.
necessarily going to get this chance again. If he's telling the truth and we leave, we might never be able to find him again.
Rule number 1, if you're a deceiver of the mental and are attempting to make a target believe that you're going to be telling the truth, you convince them that there's a path that could possibly lead to their salvation. Swamp water is going to reduce our visibility fairly low, which gives him an advantage for the attack. It would be unwise for us to go into the water, especially if it's poisonous.
I think
As-
it's worth the risk.
I like the
You
water.
wanna
you
vote
don't
on
cheat.
it?
I like the waterborne as well. Quite intelligent. You all hear in via telepathy.
So when Varth says that, the illusory Rain is going to walk toward the water,
Mm-hmm.
and look like she goes underwater, like she's gonna go in.
Okay. With mislead, yeah.
You can see through the eyes of the thing, right?
I'm seeing through the double's eyes right now, which means that invisible Rain is currently blind and deaf. So this will be good.
But you're also invisible.
Where does
I am.
Invisible Rain go before this? Is she just standing next to the shore right now?
She would have to be like kind of right near the shore because she didn't kind of move too far away. So she's kind of just near where she stuck her head in, and then she went back to using its senses. The
Okay.
doubles.
The illusion goes in. Well, Rain goes into the water. Rain has a visibility, floats around that. Your dark vision goes 10 feet, and it's really blurry. As little particles of swamp water and that mud and all that stuff is in here. Keeps walking on the floor.
Yeah,
You,
she's
like,
gonna
swim.
keep going.
Okay. There's a quick dip in depth. So does it just walk on the floor and just keep going downwards, or does it go forward and swim?
I'll have it swim.
Okay. How deep? Oh, okay. Wow. All right. So she swims into this murky black abyss of water.
The Rein just went swimming.
Since you can perceive things through what's your passive perception?
My passive perception, that's a very good question, is 15.
Okay. You hear shifting in the water around you.
Okay.
Meanwhile, the rest of you, Rein just went in the water. Just walked right in.
Okay, I'm pretty sure, guys, that's. I'm not gonna say anything. I do have.
You just say that first part. I'm pretty sure that that's not, and then
no,
just.
I would have. She's smart enough that she wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I do have a vial of antitoxin. That would help one of us at least.
If we need it, yeah.
And honestly, being poisoned doesn't really hurt me that much. My spells are just as effective when I'm poisoned as when they're not. I would imagine that it is most useful to the warriors.
Providing the swamp otter actually goes anywhere, it might just be big enough to hold this thing in it.
Who knows? I mean, I guess
This
Rein
is
does now. Actually, yeah, fuck it. No, I'm gonna.
This is a shadow of some divine being. I'm imagining Rein is probably with the immunities and stuff that the ring has given her. Even if it's not with her, she'll be fine in the water, or she wouldn't have jumped in. So let's just assume she's going to do some scouting and stay here for a while.
I'm pointing at the water and casting message on.
On Rein? It would still technically work.
Well, the spell message doesn't mean you have to even point. You just cast.
Well, it's a target, and I have to know where they are.
Yeah,
The thing is,
it's close enough, you know.
You know,
she's
like.
She doesn't have an innate swim speed. It's not like she just goes.
Yeah, she's not Varth. She's got like 40-foot swim speed. It's just, she's a wizard. She's not swimming fast.
Yep.
What do you see?
You're a blizzard, Harry.
Is it a trap?
I'm a what?
Do you need us to come in? And that's what I say.
Okay, as you send that, you get double psychic relapse as she's talking to you via telepathy, and another thing's talking to you via telepathy, as you just barely make out the dark silhouette of something because you're relying on your dark vision. You have no source of light down here. As something smaller than the aboleth swims around the front side of you, and it says, Master's brought someone else. You come in here willingly?
Yes, I did.
I see. You are able to breathe the water as well. It moves closer to you, and as it moves closer to you, you see something scummy. A white well, you can't really see the color, but some weird mix between an upper half of a humanoid and the lower half of an aboleth tentacle tail is there. It's the humanoidish arms have like the fingers are maybe twice as long as they should be. It's the second to last page. Like, go to the very end, Kevin. You're in Ghost of Saltmarsh. Go to the very back, and then just turn to page once.
Oh, God.
Well, twice, I guess. Yep. And it just gets within your dark vision, within your 10 feet. It's not on you, but it like swims there just to get kind of close. And it swims away and giggles.
I say back to Dagger, there's other things down here. It looks like the aboleth, but like human too.
Okay.
I'm loving your reactions in Zoom chat.
It might not be a good idea to be down here.
Gonna cast
Wonder if there is a way out, though.
message again. So are we still holding or?
Wait,
I'm gonna try to keep walking and see if it tries to kill me.
I just realized.
Okay.
I just realized, does message work with the Ring of Mind shielding active?
I
It's
can
not
allow,
actually telepathy.
and I can allow people to talk telepathically to me. I can decide that I don't want them to.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
No.
Does that?
It
Message.
pretty much gives you the power of veto, which you normally would not have had.
Yeah.
Yeah, message is less of telepathy and more of having like a sci-fi device.
Yeah, like a ping,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a magical ping in your brain.
Rain, do you
You
keep
hear
moving
a
forward?
whispered voice in your ear.
Yeah.
You've maybe moved, maybe 15 feet away from shore by now. You're maybe 10 feet below.
Okay.
As
I'm
you're
continuing
just
on.
in the water. You keep moving forward. Okay, you're
She's
swimming
gonna keep
forward.
going.
Rest of you up on shore.
Mm,
What are you doing? Maybe been like 30 seconds.
crying. I mean, she said she's got it. She's waiting to see
Bart's like, let's just
Yes.
continue to wait.
against her.
Rain obviously knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
At this point, Varth is assuming Rain is like Elminster levels of power. She's walking around with an artifact like it's a toy. So Varth is like, she's as powerful as Elminster, whatever. She knows what she's doing. She's probably navigated this maze before. But
Hey,
whatever.
Abby, what's our friend doing down there?
Abby?
You didn't give us a name. I call you Abby.
Oh, okay.
Talking to the avalanche.
Sorry, it just took me a second. I'm like, who the fuck is Abby? Are we in a church? What?
Actually, it would provide a connection to us. I don't know if we can actually talk to it, though.
You think that?
Mm-hmm.
She appears to be the only one wanting to move forward. I understand being timid, but
Well,
I
we weren't sure what she was doing, and we heard. Did we hear anything from her? Did she say anything? No. Yeah, she just went in and didn't respond back to me. Did she say anything to you guys?
I've been messaging her. She
No.
says,
Abby seems to pause for a moment, almost like they're listening to somebody else, and they say, "She seems fine."
He says she seems fine. What does she say, Miss? Oh, she only communicates with me because no one else is
What?
important enough to communicate with.
What is this, a game of telephone where we gotta go like through three people for this conversation now?
I wish I had prepared spells to do something with this, or I could prepare spells to do something with it.
I love how slow of a crawl you guys are making this. It's like a Band-Aid, and you're like, I'm gonna make this peel as painful as possible. I'm not just gonna rip it right off. I'm just.
Are we going in?
she said to wait. She's gonna see if she finds a way out. Because, you
Okay.
know, we don't know
Okay.
if we can trust this guy.
We're waiting for our friend to confirm that that is indeed a way through to the other part of the maze in the tower where we need to go to destroy
Shovelak.
Charlotte.
Blah, blah, blah.
As
Someone of no importance.
as you're saying that, Rain, you
Hi.
eventually get up to a shore. You see
Okay.
the shore seems to be going upwards incline out of the water, and you eventually get out of the water. What's the range on that?
Good question. Let's double check.
It's
What's the
fucking
range?
insane.
Haha.
It's so basically it says it's a illusory double. I can use my action to move the double up to twice my speed, make it speak, gesture, and behave in whatever way I choose. I see through its eyes and ears as if I were located where it is. On each of my turns as a bonus action, I can switch from using its senses to my own. There is no distance once it's cast.
What is the distance for the cast?
Self.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I love that
This
spell.
spell is
That's-
amazing.
That is the spell that you use when
What
you have a
book is
big
that
bad
in?
evil guy.
What book is that in?
That's Player's Handbook.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
Ah,
Player's
yeah.
Handbook.
That's
Is that
the
a
spell that you use as a DM when you want your big bad evil guy to have a conversation with the PCs, but you don't want them to kill him immediately.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
A certain bard. This is a controversial show to be bringing up, but in Dice Camera Action, there was a certain bard, and he would use Mislead very well. It was like it was kind of like his signature spell.
A common sense or common belief is that that's what Marishawn was using in Critical Role when she was talking to the
And I can do it
Party.
for up to an hour as long as I'm able to concentrate on the spell.
As you climb up onto shore. Well, you move twice your speed, right? So you're moving your normal speed through the water.
Yeah.
Interesting. You go up, and you there seems to be very dim lighting as you see that thing from before. And you can very clearly now tell it's a pale white, bluish white skin, pretty much very transparent, as you immediately recognize that kind of skin to be that of like the aboleth mucus stuff that Winra had. But this thing seems to be all of it, and it seems to have embraced it. It doesn't, and it's sitting in the water. You know, if it was out of the water, it would start drying up very quickly. For that was the curse of it.
I say, is this the place? Is this the where the tower goes?
Yes.
Where's the tower? I look around.
Up on the shore is the aboleth, and
Is it?
one of these things, its tentacles reaching out and caressing the aboleth, almost like it admires it.
Oh, so you all are friends. That's good.
It's the classic, like you got the Viking dude, and he's got the stereotypical damsel that's super hot in the two-piece, like caressing his feet.
Yeah,
It's that same, but it's eldritch horror.
So it's not pretty at all. It's quite disturbing.
No, it's actually probably even more so disturbing. It's showing affection to this aboleth.
So where's the tower?
Underwater tunnel going that way.
Where? If I go underwater?
Yes.
Rein's gonna move to go to find this tunnel.
As you move, what happens when your illusion takes damage?
It's an illusion, so it won't take damage.
Yeah, but
they would just now
pass through
imagine.
it.
It'll just pass through it.
Fittingly, about this moment, Dagger's just like, how's it going? Do I just hear screaming?
Yeah, you'll find out in a moment.
After the DM finishes buffering.
Hold, please.
I'm just.
You get
This is an interesting motion because I'll
moment.
meta this for you. It knows you're using mislead. I'm just seeing what it thinks it could do against it.
just a moment.
Are the rest of your allies not coming? As it goes to the edge of the shore, seeming to go next to you, as it's gonna follow you.
They're gonna.
This
Come
large
as soon as
size creature.
I'm the party scout. I go first and make sure.
Wait.
everything's Good.
The aboleth is only large size?
No, the other thing.
No, the aboleth is, yeah.
Oh, he's a little guy.
I'm incredibly less scared of him than I was a minute ago. I'm thinking Reaper Leviathan-sized creature, and this thing is like half a Reaper Leviathan. I'm less scared of him.
Think
now
the
than I was.
overall volume of a horse, but it's elongated in tentacles. It's still a huge creature.
Rein's gonna point the tunnels here, and she's gonna go to keep going to find the tunnel.
It follows.
Is there a tunnel?
Yes, but you cannot see in here, can you not?
Why can't bless you? Why can't I see in
Gesundheit,
here?
Bard. Sorry. Your bard sneezed.
No.
You all hear that. The first part, anyway, the Gesundheit, Bard.
Why can't I see in here?
Fire everywhere.
You just put in chat, this is fine.
You just pull out that.
Fire everywhere.
You pull out that Ravnica thing. And you're just like, ah! Yeah, that.
The dog sitting at the table. This is fine.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
There's just fire behind him.
And you follow it, and there is a tunnel. As you both swim. It's been 5 minutes now for everybody else. And you guys continue swimming, and it seems to go down deeper, but then it rises upwards. And the only reason you know this is because the aboleth is staying close enough to you that you visibly, it is guiding you. As it's visibly, you guys like go deeper into the depths of the swamp water, and then go upwards.
I respond to Dag's message. Still swimming.
Should we go after her?
That middle room was like an air pocket. So there was air in that middle room. It was maybe it was like 40 feet tall. It seemed to have been built into the wall of this maze.
Oh.
Weird.
Yeah.
All right, I just keep swimming.
The two other tentacle humanoid creatures follow behind both of you.
I'm not at all creeped out.
But as you get to the tunnel, they both dart away and go back in.
I'm gonna keep going until I get to a place where I see a tower.
Okay.
I think this thing's gonna eat me.
It's gonna
There
try.
it is. There it is.
It can't eat you. Technically speaking, you're not really there.
It's true. I'm not.
I know this thing doesn't trust us anyway, so can I do an Arcana check to see what I know about aboleths?
Sure.
Because I imagine we're probably going to have to fight him.
Sorry, the meme. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 25.
Yeah, just everything you know about aboleth.
Okay. Cool. Great.
You're pretty sure it knew you guys were coming well ahead of time.
Oh, good.
Well, most of you, not Rein.
Good. Just, so we're all on the same page.
Not Rein and not Azra, because both of them have that ring.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So Rein will respond back anytime Dagger sends her a message, but otherwise she's gonna keep swimming like a good little fish.
You break the surface of the water.
Okay.
And as you do, you see at the top of the shore an elf wizard. But surprisingly enough, he has a long silver beard. And he looks down at you, and the beard turns to wisps and starts to turn into more tentacly form as his middle of his Zebediah's face splits open into a horizontal mouth, and it seems to leap at you. You will need to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, I can do that. Sure. Oh my god, I think that Rein literally goes
I don't know if we can hear that. Yeah.
No.
And that's a 22.
22. All right.
I think real Rein might scream too.
I am sorry, but this thing likes mind games, and mind games are probably the evilest things in existence. Okay. It immediately vanishes. Seems like it was about to consume your face, and just.
Cool.
Yeah. On the other side of this, whatever that was, a building made of jagged black stone towers above the rest of this maze. Its upper spires reaching into the cold gray sky. 3 large chunks of dark rock floating near the top, each one linked to the upper spire by thick iron chains. The structure widens near the bottom, where a grand entryway lies open in its center. An ominous dark red glow emanates from within, pulsing at a rhythm, like a beating heart. Here is the Blight Spire, says the aboleth, as it turns towards you.
Give me just a second. Rein is gonna go back to regular Rein, though I'm still invisible. I'm gonna walk over next to Dagger and whisper, mind games crazy, but I think that I'm now at the, or she's now at the, or well, we're at the tower on the other side of this thing.
Immediately, Rein appears next to you and says that.
I don't appear.
It doesn't end when
I'm just talking.
Oh, Rein's voice, not via telepathy, just talks to you right
Yeah,
next
I'm just
to you.
talking.
Dag is trying really hard to keep her brain blank because I don't know that the aboleth knows. I'm still trying to keep that on the DL.
Rain just said it out loud because Rain is just
I
like,
didn't know you were there.
Oh yeah,
That's
right next to Dagger. Just
Varth,
in your
Varth
ear.
just kind of points towards the swamp water and goes,
Hi, thanks for going in.
Okay, I go in.
I go in.
I go back. As they go in, Rain's like, can somebody? No, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go back to the other Rain. Is it still the tower and everything? It still looks like it's there.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, no, it doesn't. Give me a wisdom saving throw as you are in utter darkness.
Damn it! Oh, natural 20.
Okay.
25.
You move out of it as you realize the aboleth has purposely put itself in the same spot as yourself. You were seeing the insides of the aboleth, some strange alien organs, but you luckily do not go mad.
Oh my god! So when I step back out of Illusory Rain runs out of the aboleth, what do I see around me?
What you saw before. It says.
Do I think this
it says,
is real?
"Oh, sorry." You can't help it.
Do I think he's full? I'm gonna make an insight check. I want to know if he's full of it.
Like if the tower isn't actually there and you weren't seeing
Oh,
that.
I love that. Oh,
I got-
props, Scotty.
I
That
got
was
a
beautiful. Oh, this is the illusion. I'll sit right here, thanks.
I got a 19 for this.
You're pretty sure this aboleth is an illusion, as everyone else needs to roll initiative.
Oh my god!
You've been conned.
Double conned.
At least they didn't get very far in the water.
Yeah, we certainly didn't.
Only one of us is even in the water yet.
No, I got into.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Actually,
That's good.
Rain, you're definitely rolling initiative too.
Oh yeah, I'm rolling. I got a 16.
My initiative is right here.
Lucky for you guys, get a nat 1.
I thought you got a 22, Varth.
I got
No,
22.
my initiative was 5.
5 total.
Yes.
Oof.
Cool. That was like mine last time.
I rolled a 3 plus my dexterity, so 5.
Dagger.
Dag got a 19. Carrie.
Okay. Baron.
He got a 22.
22.
Mm-hmm.
God damn. Okay. And what was Rain's?
16.
16, a Ruby. Okay. So Baron. Immediately you can just barely see movement ahead of you in the water.
I'm sorry, I had it muted because the dog was being obnoxious. Go ahead.
I have double sight and 120-foot dark vision. I see through most darkness easily.
The murkiness of the water still obstructs your vision quite a lot. So instead of being only 5 feet, it's now 10.
Great, super.
As it is murky water.
I can see better.
If only someone had the spell called fish eyes or something.
Yeah, but that
cast
only
fish eyes.
affects one person and it's concentration.
Yeah.
I cast it on everybody. This is awesome.
You just go Kotoa and Blake, and you just like
Yeah.
lick your hands
Yeah.
and then wipe your saliva on your hands.
Right.
So Baron, you go into the water, and you'll need to give me a Constitution saving throw. Initiative versus scary tentacle dudes. Nice. They're like Team Cauliflower. A reference for Varth. What?
Yep.
A 10? You are poisoned.
Ooh, I forgot to give you the antitoxin.
This water is quite foul.
Should be used to it.
Great.
Not swamp water.
I draw,
Anything else on
I
your
used to
turn?
draw power on swamps. That was my power source.
Aboleth swamp. So you're just moving
That's why
forward,
he's very
right?
picky about bog versus swamp.
So you're just moving forward in the water, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So that'd be half your move. So that's 15, right?
Like,
Or are you gonna
Yeah.
dash, or are you just normal move?
well, there's no danger. I'm just swimming full speed. Whatever.
Okay, so 30 feet down.
Mhm.
There you go. All right. After Baron is Dagger. Baron goes into the water.
Cool. Cool. I'm gonna give my antitoxin to Tess.
He steps in the water and he's like, it's fine.
And tell her to drink that. And I'm gonna get in the water. And I'm gonna say, stay close together. Don't get away more than 30 feet away from me if you can. And getting in the water, and I'm gonna light up a necklace so that I can maybe see the 5 feet. Because otherwise, because I don't have dark vision, so I would be completely blind.
Okay.
Now I can see 5 feet, maybe.
The second this water touches your bare skin, con save. Also, now I think about this, Blake, this is very much like the Call of Cthulhu thing I have you guys running.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Blackwater Creek.
14.
Eugene would say, "This looks familiar."
You are fine.
Woo!
It's really gross and uncomfortable, though.
Yep. Thanks. I hate it. Cool. Cool.
All right, so you dash, per se. So you 30 feet in the water. All right. NPCs.
Tess is gonna drink that potion and jump on in. Antitoxin gives her advantage on saving throws versus poison for an hour. So hopefully this counts.
Since the end result is poisoned condition, I'll count it.
Okay. Oh, well, both of those are fantastic. That is a dirty 20.
Okay.
And Chung is going after her.
Mezzy's like, I got this, dives in. She's poisoned.
Yeah. That's cocked.
I hope not.
That's a 14.
Okay.
Barbarians, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Proficiency in con saves. That saved her life. She rolled fucking 7.
Madi, Azra stays in her familiar's demiplane in her own hat, and her familiar, reluctantly being a cat, goes into water.
I shoved the hat into my backpack.
But is immune to poison. So,
and I am sending Leo to his demiplane.
He goes there happily as he licked the water once and was like, oh!
Yeah, and I'm gonna try and swim, and I'm stay close to me, guys, because I have no idea where any of you are.
All of you hear blah, 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 blah. Or sorry, it's in the water.
I should have gotten some like rope or something to keep us closer together, but I.
Varth, you're the only one still on shore right now. It's your turn.
I think I was already in water form.
You bonus action to get out of it, if I recall, last fight.
A while back.
But
Right,
you never said
yeah.
you turned back.
Okay. I cast the spell Investiture of Ice.
Nice.
And then I move into the water.
Oh, sorry, no. Right.
Yes, the water around me immediately seems incredibly icy.
Black frost seems to go around your Investiture of Ice. I'll say you have advantage on this check as you do a con save.
Nice.
Do you know that thing where, they say I rolled advantage or roll disadvantage and they roll 2 of the same number and you're like, oh, that sucks.
Did you roll 2 ones?
I did.
Hey.
Well, that makes my total con save, and now con is just an incredibly high stat for me. It makes my con save 3.
Hey,
Right
Varth.
side, poison doesn't affect spells. Don't attack.
Hey, Varth.
Mm-hmm.
You're poisoned.
Gosh darn heck.
Oh, fucking, you're not a UNT anymore, so you're not immune to poison.
I am not immune to the condition anymore.
Oh, that's actually kind of sad. This is probably the first time you've been poisoned in years.
He is resistant to acid, though. That could be.
You hear in Aquan, you hear Varth say, "So that's what poison feels like." That's what I say on my turn after I've moved into the water,
Okay.
and I move at my swim speed to catch up.
All right, Baron. Wisdom saving throw.
He is within 30 feet of me, so you have advantage. Because... Did I cast it?
Cast what?
Fuck, I didn't say I cast it. Never mind.
Do. Wow.
I was waiting to see until I saw everyone, but I can't see anyone, so I'm just gonna have to do it next time.
Hello, darkness,
24.
my murky water, old friend. It is Baron. Wisdom saving throw. Is
24.
404.
Yes.
24.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I got 404 on my wisdom score. Swamp water does me good.
True. Oh, fuck nuts. We forgot about the tin can.
I'm immune to poison, bitches.
Yeah, he's just tromping along the bottom.
Yeah. He's like, "Oh, it's poisoned. My blood is really affected. Oh, wait, I'm made out of rock and metal."
Can we say that the Tressum has a rope tied to him?
He's immune to poison. He'll swim through the water just fine.
That's the issue. He can't see to follow us. He needs a rope.
Baron, you immediately
Because he
hear
can't call out and say, "Hey, where are you?"
forcibly talking in your brain, in your think box, as they say in Planescape. Follow me. It seems to echo through your brain, and you're just like, nah.
No, I'm good. I'm going this way.
You just turn into Robbie Rotten and you go, nah.
Nah.
Oh,
Alright, wait, still my turn.
And here I thought Scott wanted to get to the end of this game.
Nah, I wanted to make it fun.
I'm so mad at myself that I didn't read my spell.
It's okay.
Don't be mad.
I can't cast this. It
Don't-
takes a minute to cast it.
Don't be
Oh.
mad.
I can't do it. There is no possible way.
Don't be mad. Get glad.
It took 5
As a
minutes
tentacle
I didn't
touches,
say it.
a tentacle attempts to touch your face, Dagger.
Ugh.
What is your AC?
Dagger.
Yep, me?
Yeah.
Oh god, my
What?
AC is ass. It's 15.
Oh boy. 16. Shit.
Cool.
Alright.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm using cutting
Hey,
words. I would like to not touch me.
Okay, a tentacle was gonna touch your. Wait, you're underwater.
Yeah.
Do you need to do that verbally?
I mean, it doesn't say so. And we've never had an issue casting spells underwater when we have water breathing before.
That's true.
Well,
Okay,
water-
so it misses.
Yeah, he had a minus
can't
11
see
to
it.
his attack because of cutting words.
You can't see it, but you've definitely felt the motion of water as something moved really close to your face. And Rein,
Hi.
you're still out of the water right now, right?
I'm still up on the. Well, let's see. One rain is on one shore and one rain's on the other shore.
I'm Rein Prime.
Is invisible on the shore where everybody just left her.
Okay, reaching towards you. At disadvantage, a white tentacle shoots out from the water.
How does it know I'm there?
Maybe its master told it.
They can't read her mind, though. No, it might know where people are that are intelligent around it, like an elder brain.
Here's yeah.
It misses.
Fun
with
fact:
that. It
elder
misses.
brains can
Okay.
detect. Fun fact: elder brains can detect anything with an intelligence score higher than 3 within 5 miles of their location. The elder brain in the steampunk campaign knew exactly where you were when you started to approach.
Yeah, I wasn't shitting myself. All right. That's their turn, and their initiative count of 0.
Now, should I have had an action last turn or no? Just because I'm in 2 places at once.
Go ahead. What are you doing? Because I messed up.
No, that's okay. I think, well, Rain, because I would have been looking through the other eyes. I come back to my eyes and look around on the shore. I'm like, oh shit, where'd they go?
And that's when the tentacle reaches out and misses you.
So my friends have all gone underwater?
You assume.
This is bad.
There's a clear disturbance in the water that seems like they went in the water.
I don't want them in the water. Oh god. Oh. I have to go in the water now too, don't I?
You don't have to. You can just walk away.
I could just walk away.
You hear the ring say to you.
I'm going to cast So did I really think, let's put it this way, do I think that was the tower, that we have to go through here to get to the tower?
It seemed like the tower to you. The only illusion you seem to have noticed was the aboleth itself.
All right, Rein is going to...
Yeah, believe it or not, Tomb of Annihilations was nice, and the aboleth did not have a layer there.
Yeah, Rein is going to jump into the water and swim after her friends, and she's going to use a dash to go after them. And she's already poisoned, so yay.
Okay. So you don't need to roll because you're already poisoned. No. Chung, though, is walking on the bottom. I will just say she's at the bottom. She's like, she's so heavy. There's no way.
I did say that to try and stay near to each other, but
she's wearing full adamantium armor. There's no way.
Yeah, but she has a +9 to athletics.
She'll need it as a giant tail swings at her. She's fine though. It's a legendary action. It's no big deal. It clearly misses. Your AC is like over 20, isn't it?
It's a 21, yeah.
Yeah, it got 19, so it missed. It's a big Cthulhu like tentacle tail, reaching down towards the floor, just missing her. But no. That's Baron's turn.
All right.
You think the aboleth is probably fairly close, like 10 feet. You can't quite see it, but you assume it was in front of you to do whatever it tried to do to you.
All right.
Do you have devil sight? Do you have true sight?
Devil sight.
Okay.
Devil sight just means you can see in darkness, magical darkness.
And it's 120-foot dark vision. I was just mentioning because the aboleth only has dark vision.
Yeah, what's impairing your vision is not the light source, it's the murkiness of the water.
If I'm impaired, he's impaired. Unless there's something else going on.
Yeah, he's also impaired. That is correct.
So I swim forward. Do I seem a bit better, pretensions?
You move up 10 feet. Hey, it's right there.
All right.
It's looking right in your direction.
And so, what I know is to try to fuck with my mind.
You're pretty sure it tried to enslave you. You know, you've been mind assaulted before as you have a flashback to a ridiculously huge dragon with long horns, a stone in between the two horns, as it assaulted your brain once.
I would imagine that it's akin to like basically pushing the angry button for the Baron.
This is super.
I'd imagine that's a very traumatic time in his life.
This is what this fish thing did was super weak sauce in comparison.
So I finger of death it.
Let's just get it straight. That's like opening the Baron's can of whoop ass. Oh, you messed with my brain.
So iconically
We're
Baron.
Done. We're done.
Like, oh, it's creepy. It hurt me. Finger of death. You're annoying. Finger of death.
What do I need to roll, my good man?
That would be a con save. Con! I think, yeah. Con!
I was going to ask what the DC is, but I won't. It failed with a 13.
Oh, dead.
Probably not.
Yeah, there's no instant death spells in
hell.
So
yeah.
There's no instant death spells in fifth anymore.
How much?
Well,
68 necrotic, and then I use
It shrivels up immediately, and you all hear a scream.
and then I use my hexblade. Use bonus to hexblade curse it.
Nice.
this is the aboleth or the like
the
aboleth?
I will allow you to be like you did your curse first and then the finger, if that would allow you to do more damage with it. It would just make sense. That's what you do first. That was undercommon for hello.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because it doesn't have an attack roll, it doesn't affect it.
Oh well. Well,
If
it's
it
still
had
it's
attack roll,
still.
then I could have critted on 19 or 20.
Ah, that would have been cool.
Anything else in your turn?
That's that. That's the bonus, and then that's basically it. Because I swam forward, I can't really swim away from him too
Okay. It's now immediately super pissed at you. I wonder why. Baron seems to do a good job at pissing things off. It tail swipes you.
That's his specialty.
Well, it's because he's like, hi, bajillion damage in one hit.
Yeah.
well. Hey, it hurt me.
Oh, not as much as you heard it.
I hurt its feelings.
What's your AC?
18.
Okay, so the 25 definitely hits you, as you take 15 bludgeoning damage as the
Kind
tail
of
smacks
curse
you.
Thing. Can you use your what's it called?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Reaction.
Yeah. What are you doing?
It
No.
still hits.
Oh,
He has that because it's got his curse on it.
I roll a
he-
d6. 4, 5, and 6. He misses. 1, 2, 3. He still hits.
well, 15 bludgeoning because the tail smacks you. Seems really mad. Dagger, you heard that scream in this abyss.
I don't know where anyone is.
Hmm.
I'm going to yell, "Hey, who wants to be a giant fucking shark?" I have no idea who that is. I'm going to swim at them.
No, that's you.
It's not going to be very clear. Yeah. I think Scott established Aquan is the only thing that really sounds clear underwater, and
I
the
will-
NPCs can't
Over
understand.
here.
And
over
and
here,
and
over here.
primordial and telepathy.
I will yell it in primordial then.
Okay.
Not me. Not me. But over here. I'm over here with the aboleth. I'm over here with the aboleth.
You hear something ahead. You hear that ahead of you.
I'm speaking awkward.
Okay.
God
All right.
damn it. Baron, I hate you so much.
Bar.
I'm over here.
Do I think Aboleth had
Aquan
blind
is
sight?
Yeah.
I'm over here.
Terry, stop it.
With your Arcana check, you know they only have dark vision 120 feet, but it probably was able to perceive you guys by being able to read your minds.
Yeah.
Probably.
I am the Baron. Fear me.
So far, we only know 2 creatures are in this place, right?
I imagine the inside of Baron's mind is a lot like Bender, where like when you try to read his mind, you hear Bender is great, but it's Baron is great, Baron is great. It's just singing that in his head over and over again.
Right.
Yeah,
I am-
Rain. He goes, shut up already.
Rain told you there was something else in the water. That's all you guys know.
Yeah.
Besides, you know, there's aboleth and something else in the water. But Rain has seen so far an aboleth and 2 of these tentacle humanoid things. So far, that's what
Okay.
you've seen.
I am going to take out the rope that I have on my hip and swim to the Baron. And I'm casting. I'm handing the rope to you, and I'm casting haste on you. I'm saying we need to stay together, and I'm gonna turn and yell to Varth in primordial. Maybe turn into a giant shark. Giant sharks have blind sight and are fast as fuck.
He's also not a moon circle druid.
Yeah.
Well, I can't do
Regular
it.
shark.
If Baron told me not to cast polymorph on him, and I can't target somebody I can't see,
Right.
and no
about
one
yourself?
can hear me, then I'm fucking useless. I can't do anything. I'm a spellcaster.
As you're arguing with each other in the water.
Yeah.
Punching the aboleth. Okay. If you think you're useless casting polymorph to make your shark, what do you think everyone else feels? Almost the entire party are spellcasters.
I was trying to get to one of the fucking 3 NPCs, but then none of them speak fucking primordial.
Yeah. None of them
You
understand what
can't
you're saying.
understand me, and I can't cast message because I don't know where they are.
Do you do anything else in your turn?
No, I'm just yelling at the Baron in primordial.
Okay. There's another tail swipe at the Baron because it really does not like him. Oh!
So
Oh,
your AC is
snap.
1 or 2
Oh
higher.
no, is it a
Roll a
20?
No, it's a nat 1.
Oh no!
Sucks itself into the elemental plane of fire. Oh!
Just impales itself on your sword of fire.
Swings up a gate to hell. I'm just like, Nani?
Nani?
Okay. You know what, Baron? I'll give you the honors. Roll me a D100.
Woo-hoo.
You're already pissing it off enough. We'll have you roll for the crit
Is this
miss.
like the other one where higher, the weirder the shit?
The higher, the worse it is for them on a crit miss.
85.
Nice. Let's see.
Plane of fire. Plane of fire.
There, but
It swings
No,
a
I totally
tentacle and it somehow wraps it around itself as it is restrained. It needs to use an action. It needs to use an action to untangle itself.
He literally tied himself in knots.
out of nowhere, a fishing line from the tide that just was floating there from earlier. What the?
Zeb's helping us from beyond the grave.
Wait, Zeb's
Yeah.
dead?
I don't
No.
know.
No, we know he's alive. We met him in the other game in the future.
We don't know. Dag is not 100%. Dag is not willing to say it, but she is
Alive.
very worried that he is already
Oh
dead.
yeah, we did meet him in the outer planes, so he could just be a petitioner.
Technically, we still know where that mutated corpse of him is. We could still use that as his
Oh,
body.
it's gone. It's
No,
gone.
Tommy kicked that into the
Yeah.
lava.
Oh,
Tommy
that's
threw
right.
that.
Yeah, that's right.
Meanwhile, in the plane of fire, just like a little magman poking it.
Is it my turn now?
Yes, it is.
Now
All
that
right.
I've finished yelling at the Baron for solid 6 seconds.
You have no visibility, but you can clearly hear combat up ahead of you somewhere.
Can I swim toward the combat
Yep.
and get close enough to actually see this aboleth?
Within your...
Combat and people yelling in bubbles.
You know what? Give me a perception check just to see how much of your movement you have to use to...
Alright. Perceptioning, that is a dirty 20 perception.
Okay, you'll only use 20 feet, so 10 feet of swimming, and
Okay.
the aboleth is just barely visible.
Cool. I am going to cast Disintegrate, and it needs a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, I will tell you because I'm pretty sure it's dead now. Dex is at a -1.
Ooh.
Yeah, 14.
It's
Yeah.
restrained, so it has disadvantage too, I think.
Yeah.
Oh shit! No, it's restrained. I think it auto fails dex saves.
Yes, it does.
Oh!
Ah.
All right.
I love it.
That's awesome.
You have
Tangled
disadvantage
himself
on
up.
dex saves,
Keep.
but it doesn't
Good.
matter because he failed anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So
You know what? I'm gonna roll see if it crit ones for all. Nope. Okay.
All right.
It rolled a nat 2 on the second one though.
So my I'm doing that, and it's gonna be how many d6 is that? 10, I think. Let's see.
Oh, it's for disintegrate.
It's a raisin of an aboleth right now too.
10
'Cause
d6.
the crop
The
damage.
horse-sized raisin.
All right. So it's gonna be a total of
Nice. Making it rain.
Yeah.
Dice.
Yeah.
Dice. I got it.
that's gonna be 20. 3. 28.
Welcome to tonight's episode of How Much Damage?
68 points of
Holy
damage.
shit.
Was that as much as I did too?
Yeah,
Yes.
That's about as much as you did.
So, Rain,
Yo,
you shoot a ray, and the ray
Yes.
gets right up to...
Green
It's
bean.
tangled up like a Looney Tunes character into like a tangled knot. It's 3 eyes just there, and the ray just goes... And it stops right at the eyes, and then at the very end of the ray, it turns into a little hand, and the hand goes... And he just turns to dust.
Ooh, I gain hit points.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, apparently I don't have to be the one to kill it. It just, if it dies.
Okay.
Rain
Immediately,
is like
Dagger, Rain, and the Baron hear screams of sorrow via telepathy.
Great.
As
Great.
it's not over yet.
Is there?
Do you know
Sucks.
Primordial? Oh, okay.
Do the NPC
Somebody else who doesn't know Primordial in the group. Great.
do the NPCs do anything?
I
Continue
mean, they're
to
gonna
trek
try
forward.
and swim forward and try and find the rest of us. They're gonna swim toward the
Well,
sound of violence.
Is there-
Most of them are swimming. Chung and the golem.
Because none of us know where the tunnel is except for Rein. So we have to meet up.
There just don't happens to be another creature that's an enemy, like a Skum or Aboleth spawn, within visual sight of me.
No,
does there happen to be?
Unfortunately.
No, so you lose your Hexblade's curse.
I am sorry.
I can switch it, but I have to see it. Normally it's 30 feet, but my vision's reduced.
You think they're
Now,
fairly close, whatever it
I
is.
do have the light spell going. Does that extend his dark vision a little bit?
No, because it's the murky water. That's the visibility.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, water's tricky like that. That's why there's not a lot of underwater stuff. Because players are like, I can't see shit. Understandably so.
Yeah.
I don't even know whose turn it is. Oh, it was Rein's turn. So NPCs are gonna try and swim.
Do you think they're trying to find you?
The sound of combat, yeah.
Okay.
Well, they're trying to swim towards the sound of combat because they know that we don't know where the tunnel is, and Rein does. And the only way for us to find Rein is to hopefully clump up, and she's among the people there.
Okay. Yeah. Perception checks for both of them. Spoiler: Mezzi already failed spectacularly, as she does.
Shocker.
Woo. Thank God for reliable talent. That turned Tessa's perception check from an 8 into a 14.
Okay. What about Chung, who's currently doing a Pirates of the Caribbean? Walking on the bottom.
Oh, that's actually way better. That's a 19 for Chung.
Okay. She's standing right underneath you guys, so you just don't know it.
Okay. She will attempt to swim up to us then.
Athletics check at disadvantage. Because full plate.
Does she want to waste her rage so that she has just a standard roll? Nah, fuck it. She's just gonna do it. That's a 15.
Okay. I'll say that's good enough. She can just barely get up to you guys. She was 10 feet below you. On the bottom.
Can I say, with the fact that she rolled a pretty good perception check, she sees that rope between Dagger and the Baron?
Yes.
And grabs onto it so that she is got a tether to it.
Suddenly an anchor grabs onto your rope.
Ah, God! Dag will let go. I know where the Baron is. Because it's long enough that it could go down to the bottom. She's just on the... Yeah, no.
I was just joking because Chung's adamantine full plate.
Yeah, no, she...
The fact she's able to swim up in that is a marvel on its own.
And she actually rolled terribly on her athletics check.
As she grabs onto the rope.
High-level guys.
Oh, I've been doing these guys all wrong.
No.
Suddenly, two of these scum creatures come within visibility, just barely, for Chung underneath her as they swim up towards her.
No.
Or, not, why did I say it? Chung. Sorry. I meant Chung. She's thrashing the most.
Yeah.
These two weird creatures, have tridents.
Oh, God.
And being last on initiative really sucks.
And, they get 3 attacks each, so...
Great. This is fine.
They're gonna have fun.
Is fine.
They're gonna have fun trying... Oh, of course, not 19.
Didn't rage.
1 hit at least. Oh, a nat 1.
Yay!
Okay, that trident hit. That trident hit. The important attack does not hit. Okay.
Chung has some pretty beefy AC though, so and hit points.
Okay. Chung takes a whopping total of 28 non-magical piercing damage. That's trident.
Which means she haps it.
Yeah.
No, she's not raging yet.
What?
No, her armor. Or no,
It
that's
doesn't
prevents her
matter.
from critting.
Yeah, that's just crits.
Mm-hmm.
Does it not reduce the damage by 3 each attack?
No, I don't think it
No,
does.
that's a...
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right. That's the heavy weapon or heavy
Yeah.
armor thing.
Adamantine used to do that in the older editions.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
Yep.
Yeah, when it was
granted damage
useful.
resistance.
When it was useful. All right. So.
I mean, adamantine armor has saved both of their lives multiple times.
Right. Yeah. From
The
crits,
Barons and
literally.
Chunks.
Yeah.
So 4 stabs to the trident hit her.
Yikes.
But they were trying to reach with their offhand as well and touch her. And the first one, a nat 1 on the touch. And the second one got a nat 2.
Nice. Thank God.
So let's see what this crit fail does. What's
He smacks
that?
himself in the face and
What's
slings
that?
and
Crit
saves
fail.
himself.
It's immune to trip, unfortunately. But yeah, it fumbles. All right. Looping back around, I believe the Baron is first. Baron,
Did Varth go?
I keep skipping people.
Yes.
I've only gone once. Are we on round 3?
No, it's still round
This
2.
is still 2.
Yeah, sorry,
Okay,
Varth.
all right. I was worried we were on like round
Rein
4
and
or
the
5.
Baron just fucking one-shotted, 1-2 killed a aboleth.
Varth, there's no one around you, but you can like hear the combat and stuff going on. You could try to swim towards it with perception check roll.
No, I'm not going to mess with any of that crap. I turn into a reef shark, and now I have blind sight 30 feet, and I swim towards the blood.
Oh, okay, there's a lot of it.
Ooh.
That's actually way better than I was thinking.
Smells
I'm like, swim towards the sound of combat. No,
Smells like half work. Oh, Chung's injured. Uh-oh. Yes, in that direction.
Okay, there's clearly 2 not party members below her.
Okay.
With your
I
blind sight.
get within 10 feet of them. If they attempt to move, the water is considered difficult terrain around me because it's frozen or starting to freeze. It's very
shit, because you still have the investiture of ice.
Uh-huh.
That's
It
awesome.
lasts for 10 minutes.
What's your swim speed? Humor me.
Reef shark swim speed is 40 feet.
Okay. I thought it was like 60 or something crazy.
Yeah.
It's still really
I wish
good.
that it was 60.
It's still really good. So you move 30, and you still have your action. You can still.
No, his action is to turn into the shark.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well. All right. Well, you're there. All right. So then it's Baron's turn, I guess. Baron, you can just perceive them within your range. They're below Chung attacking.
How many?
2 is what you can see.
2.
Oh, I'm about to do something really cool on my turn.
Guess I'll swim down and swing up.
All right.
I will.
The water next to the shark swimming down there seems really slushy. It'd be really difficult to move through it, as if the terrain itself were difficult to move through.
Oh, you should have done Investor of Wind or whatever, and then turn into a shark.
Yeah, the water's swirling around it.
Does 17 hit?
Yeah.
Ooh, 15?
Yeah.
Remember, you have a third attack from haste if you want it.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, that's what haste does, man. That's why it's cool as shit.
You also age 5 years. No, I'm kidding.
Wrong edition, dude.
I mean, doesn't matter to him.
Yeah, I was about to say it also doesn't matter for the Baron.
14. I just keep getting lower.
Hits.
Wow.
Are these all on the same target?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll away.
We're underwater, so they're resistant to fire, so I will...
Wait, what weapon are you using?
Flame tongue.
You'd be rolling.
Is it a long sword or is it a short
You're
sword?
rolling at disadvantage because you're swinging underwater. I just realized that. Magical or otherwise, it's not a trident or a spear or an...
Is their armor class a lot lower than 14?
Well, you gotta roll and see if you get a 1. Is the thing.
Because if I don't...
What's your bonus?
Plus 11.
Okay, you still have a chance of failure without a nat 1.
Their armor class
So
is 14.
disadvantage on the first one.
Well, you know out of character. You have the book right in front of you. It's 14 AC.
Well, then, if the 14 hit, 13 is the lowest I can go without rolling a nat 1. So, okay, so no nat 1, but fire's resisted, right?
Fire's half damage, yeah, underwater.
So you want me to have it myself, or do you want me to tell you the number and you have it?
I'll trust you. You can have it.
Okay. Yeah.
You smell the worst smelling calamari as the flame tongue strikes. Actually,
wow, even number. Thank you. 49 with 3 hits. That's
49.
fire.
Wow.
Okay. Blood from this thing spews everywhere.
Wait, okay.
Someone say blood.
You smell something very toxic. It doesn't smell like blood to you.
Kind
AKA,
of smells like rotten flesh.
AKA, what does a far realm thing's blood smell like to a shark? Probably very poisonous.
Probably a mix between boiling plastic and
That's what I was thinking.
Styrofoam.
Tar, oil.
No.
Like
boiling plastic and poop.
Okay, yeah.
Licorice. Smells like licorice.
That you smell that like everywhere now. It just masks the rest of the smells for you as a shark.
Is that thing still moving?
Oh yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
So that's the Baron's turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who's up next? Dagger.
On the next episode. Oh, fuck bear shit. Oh.
You hear combat from Chung, who grabbed the rope, who's kind of below you.
Yeah.
With your light, you can just barely make it out. Now I think about it, you have that light source.
Yeah, I have the light spell on my necklace.
You can see the Baron just went like,
And I have a
whee!
driftwood
Stab, stab,
probably,
stab.
drifting behind me. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to do anything, but I'm going to try it because I don't want to waste the the haste on Baron because that was pretty baller. I'm going to try and swim just until I can get visual range on the one that is not currently bleeding from the Baron. Because there's two of them, one hurt and one not hurt.
Yeah, they were like
The
right next to each other.
uninjured one
Mhm.
needs to make a Constitution saving throw. I'm going to try and blind it with blindness deafness.
Ooh, okay. It got 22.
Oh, fuck nuts. That's a success. And with my bonus action, I'm gonna say you got it, Chung! Get him! And give her Bardic Inspiration.
I really wish that blindness deafness did something else if they succeeded the save, like damage or something, so you don't feel like you've wasted a
I mean,
spell.
it's a level 2 spell. It's not that.
But still feels like a waste. Like it's a succeed or nothing. Like all those spells are just like
I could have
I wasted
upcast it. I
time.
could have upcast it and targeted on both, but I want to try and save my spells.
Right.
Rein,
Hi.
your turn.
Oh, good.
I'll say they're within your very limited visibility. You can.
So
Whatever.
who is near them?
Right above them is Chung. They're like
Okay.
they're near the bottom of this water.
You see below them a shark, a reef shark that seems to be surrounded by an aura of slush.
I wish I could draw, because this scene sounds really fucking badass.
Drawing
It
underwater
does.
stuff is really hard. I'm just gonna tell you outright because I've
Yeah.
been working on some pieces and I'm like, as I'm trying to figure out how to draw underwater lighting. It's difficult.
Right.
All right. So Rein is going to. How bad off does the one in front of the Baron look?
It looks like another round of that and it's dead.
It does, doesn't it? All right. Gosh. Okay. Well, Rein is going to. Can I get them both in a straight line?
Oh yeah, they're right next to each other.
Cool. I am going to cast a lightning bolt at 7th level at both of them.
Okay, being the arcane expert you are,
Yo.
and hanging around with a lot of people that do underwater stuff,
Mm-hmm.
you know that line
Mm-hmm.
is doubled underwater, but
Mm-hmm.
you just angle it lower, so it
Cool.
doesn't hit Chung.
I could like loop it around Chung, so Chung's cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. You got the specialty. That's whatever.
I'm an evoker.
You can aim it right at her as a troll, and it just bends down and hits both of them.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. So they both need to make dexterity saving throws.
Okay, they'll try. Oh, nat 19. Wow. Why? Both are 19s.
All right. Well, they'll take half.
They have no modifiers. That was 2 nat 19s.
You know, it's underwater. It's harder for me to really kind of get that in a perfectly straight line, I guess.
Wait, lightning underwater.
Yeah.
I'll say it has disadvantage because
Ooh.
lightning conducts into water.
Ooh.
Lightning's really used. Oh, why? Okay. What's your DC total? Or your spell
My-
save?
DC is a 17.
Okay, then with the disadvantage, because the lightning arcs out even wider than it normally does, they actually fail.
Oh, cool. I like it. All right, so it's going to be
There were some crazy rules in 2nd edition for underwater stuff.
Yeah, there was.
30.
There were crazy rules in 2nd edition for everything.
Well, I mean, there was like 3 pages solid text that was underwater combat rules.
45 points of lightning damage.
Okay, the one Baron attacked is fried.
Yay.
The other one is fried as well, but it's still moving.
Cool. And
As
that
you-
is my turn.
As you all feel the static in the water. Like, everyone feels that in some form. And there's suddenly a really bright flash of light as you guys can just for a brief moment see just murky flakes of like dead vegetation everywhere. And you can see maybe 15 feet ahead of the person furthest out is the incline going up to that middle island. From that brief flash of the lightning. And anything else in Rein's turn?
That is Rain's turn. I believe she is done.
Okay. The scum that died will use a legendary action to start floating upwards dead.
Bye.
I like how you got scared for a moment there. No, they don't have legendary actions. No.
No.
After Rein,
Only after death.
Tess's turn.
She's gonna use her crossbow and try and shoot at the one that is on Chung. Is it considered in... It's in melee combat with her, right?
Yes.
Cool. So she can do sneak attack if she hits.
Yep.
Oh, that was so close to a nat 20. It was a 19. So a 28.
Yeah, that hits. As you see it doing like the Super Saiyan 2 thing where like little bits of lightning are still jolting off of it. But it's not like because it's powerful, it's because it's hurt.
Yeah.
Also, it doesn't have hair, so it can't go Super Saiyan.
It's a rule.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even if Krillin was a Saiyan, it could never happen.
Right.
That is 25 points of piercing damage
Okay.
from a
Proceed.
crossbow bolt.
Scream of pain and anger. In
and-
common, underwater. So, it's a very muffled scream.
Okay, cool. And Tess is going to use her bonus action to dash and try and get closer to her friends. So, because we're all clumped up together and grab onto that rope so we can keep together.
Okay. Chung's turn.
Chung's turn.
This thing looks really, really, really hurt.
Yeah, she just saw what Rein did and she thought that sounded kind of cool. So she's going to use her Javelin of Lightning against this thing.
All right. Are you using just the javelin part, or are you using the lightning part? As if I need to ask.
She is using the lightning. She wants to use the lightning bolt on it.
Dex save DC 15.
But she has to roll to hit. And let me do this because it's complicated. If she hits, the target of the thing just takes it, I think.
Okay. I know the javelin lightning's different from the spell, so.
Yeah. That is a lot. That's a 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay, let me actually read Javelin of Lightning.
If I wanted to get really extreme with underwater
You hurl
rules.
it and speak its command word. Each creature in the line excluding you and the target must make a dex save.
I think I'm in the line.
On a hit, the target takes the damage from the javelin plus 3d6 lightning damage. If she has to, Chung can make another swim, another athletics check to try and swim and go up.
She easily can use it without anyone else being in line of lightning.
Okay.
And it deals
Yeah,
4d6 lightning.
it got
plus
7 on its dex, so definitely failed.
Okay. Yeah. And it deals 4d6 plus the 1d6 that the regular javelin does. So that is it's based on your. Oh no, it's still based on strength because it's a thrown weapon. 9 points of piercing damage, and holy shit, that's a lot of 6s. 19 points of lightning damage.
Okay, how does she end it?
Yeah, she would just like to put this thing through its throat and just fry it, barbecue it, and make the head pop off.
Definitely happens.
And then very slowly start to swim and retrieve her magical item.
It doesn't go very far.
I swim around the area to see if there's any more of these things around anywhere.
Give me a perception check.
I'm blind sight. I see it.
Well, I will say advantage, you're smelling for it as a shark. This is past your blind sight perception.
12. My passive perception is 15.
Okay. There's nothing else in here. At
Okay.
least, besides your team that's moving.
Okay.
You don't smell
For good
anything
measure, the frosty shark swims over to their bodies and encases them in a block of ice by breathing ice out of them in a cone.
That is cool as shit.
Okay.
I was going to do that. Investiture of ice. The shark goes, and a cone of frosty water just freezes them both.
They were slowly floating up, and as he hits them with ice, they move, and the ice is really buoyant, so it makes it float even faster.
Nice.
Ice.
Ice.
Sorry.
I freeze them to the point where there's no hope of them coming back. And then I swim over to the shore and turn into Varth.
Nice.
Dag is starting to pull out the rope and everything so that we can all hold on to each other, considering we can't see more than 5 feet in front of us. And we still don't know where the tunnel is, and we can't talk to Rein because she can't speak underwater.
And Rein,
Who is also invisible.
no, I'm not anymore because I cast spells, but
Okay.
But I didn't cast anything with concentration, so I don't know if the duplicate went away. Let me check Mislead.
I don't think it does. It just ends your invisibility.
If you want to look damage, you probably wouldn't. No, it's not concentration, is it?
It is concentration, but I didn't take any damage.
Yeah, so you're fine.
So can I use a bonus action to see through the duplicate's eyes for a second?
Yep.
I want to see if there's anything else over there.
Nope, just that tower.
But the tower is still there.
Yep.
Okay, I come back to myself. I start swimming for where I know the air pocket is.
Okay, we're following.
All right.
Well, no, it won't work. I can't do anything. While we're swimming, I'm gonna say to Varth and Primordial, hey, do you think these I don't remember Avalith things usually have treasure? You're the only one that can see anything down here.
Well, I rolled a 20. Did I see any treasure? With a total of 25 perception.
No.
No treasure.
Okay. I come back.
I'm just curious. And it's like none of I can't look. Doesn't matter what my perception is.
A reef shark swims right up to you and shakes its head.
Trust me, I was really tempted to give you guys something because that's a tough encounter, but the Aboleth, why would it have stuff?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Aboleths hoarded treasure, though.
Yes.
No, Aboleths
Their
hoard
treasure?
bodies
Yeah.
of venturers that they turn into monsters.
You just killed its treasure, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, it's true. This treasure is slaves.
Yep.
Pretty much.
The friends that have no choice.
Uh-huh.
Friends that can't run away.
Mm-hmm.
None of you would know this in character, but fun fact, they are permanently charmed by the Aboleth, and they're immune to frightened and charmed.
Good to know.
Oh, and they were once human, you know.
Yep. They were once adventurers like us until they took an Aboleth to the knee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So do we eventually make it to the air pocket and then
Yeah, so
to the
lead
tunnel?
You lead the way and get everybody there.
So when everybody
Fearing is
comes
fast as fuck.
when everybody comes up out of the second tunnel and the tower is in place, there's another Rein standing on shore pointing like right at the tower. Like,
Hey, there's two.
Okay, that spell is fucking amazing. You gotta teach me that shit.
But Varth looks up at the tower and then looks down at the second Rein and then looks back at the Rein that followed us. How many of there are you?
it depends on
Three
it depends on the day or the time or
I'm
the
poking the illusory one though, and my
the
hand is
finger
going
goes right
it.
through her nose. For just a second, I go back into her and I'm like, "Can you not poke me in the face?"
Sorry. I needed a little laugh after that. That was terrifying. I fucking hate being in the dark, guys. It sucks so
Investiture
bad.
of ice by this point stops happening and the air around Varth doesn't seem as frozen. The ground,
Yeah, haste
the
is
ground
probably
around him suddenly doesn't seem like a block of ice.
I think that aboleth wanted to make us its playthings too.
Oh, it definitely did.
They
Yeah.
would value slaves.
It could have gained so much more if it did not betray us so easily. I was
What would it have
expecting it to
gained?
betray us later.
What
Rain.
would it have gained other than not being killed?
Rain, you can't help but feel like it knew that you were deceiving it.
Yeah, but I went with it because I was committed at that point.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
I think that we both knew. I think on some level, Rein and the aboleth both knew that the
Yeah.
other was
Right.
full of it. And
Right.
yep.
Dagger, you remember tales of aboleths. In their layers, they're able to make an illusionary copy of themselves.
Oh. Fucking dick.
Fudge. I hate them so much. I really
I'll
do.
tell you because the encounter's over. The one you guys talked to was the illusion.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you would have attacked it, you would have hit nothing.
Yeah, I kind of
Nice.
thought so.
But we
You
are
know-
going to end there as you
Oh,
guys
no.
are at the shore, drying off this
Dreams. The
briny
shore of dreams. We've gone back to the beginning.
the shore of nightmares.
Thank you, Scott.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or nightmares in this case.
Yes. Definitely.
I found some nifty things on Dean's Guild.
Oh.
Yes, one's a weird fishing guide.
Oh, that sounds horrible. You should give a little 1-star review and just say it's
just
it's
What was
poopy.
the,
fishing and it comes up. It's a third.
I don't know, but I think everybody who has gotten it should definitely go and give it at least a rating, if not a review. I have to give it a review.
Lots of Scots will be reviewing it then, I guess.
What's the name of this tower again?
Oh, it just remembers. I'll tell you later.
The Blight Spire.
Nice.
Dun dun dun.
No one says what it's called, but just somehow you know it's the Blight Spire.
The aboleth actually said it was the Blight Spire.
Yeah, I know it shouldn't know, but it does anyway.
I almost want to suggest we go back to the air pocket and spend and rest and come back. Oh
I
my
am
God.
a little tempted as well,
You-
but I say let's figure that out next time, maybe.
Yeah.
You know its layer effects don't wear off for another few days.
Yeah, I know.
Great.
It's better not to chance bait.
Well, as we're ending a little early, just because this next section's kind of big. I don't want to.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Anyone got any plugs before we call it a night? We'll start with Jeanette, Rein.
Oh, me. Hi. Sure. So I have Monday night at 6 p.m. Eastern on my channel, Uncanny_Adventures. We're going to be playing the Wretched West, a Call of Cthulhu game. And yeah, it's quickly coming toward the end. Last week, one of the players' wives got blown up and died. So yeah, this week's going to start off real interesting, I think. And then a week from tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, we have our bi-weekly Skull and Shackles D&D 5e game on my channel. And on Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern, you can find me on Damn It Berry's Twitch channel playing a Horde of the Dragon Queen game, which is very fun, and I love the group. And if you have a chance, check it out.
Nice. They are an awesome group.
Yeah, they're fun.
Kat.
We just played Retroverse Vaccine last night. It was super fun. Go and watch it on the video on demand. They played D&D for a short time.
We played Caverns and Creatures.
Nice.
And definitely didn't use any of the monsters that Scotty used tonight.
I don't know. We were a little lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were quite wretched as well.
Yeah. Next Friday is Kevin's Retroverse game, the corruption game. You guys are where in Luxor Prime now? The desert area.
Doing a job because apparently they did not want to explore the Nut Village and stuff.
I don't understand them. That sounds like it's amazing.
The corruption campaign, aka the fuck it, we'll do it live.
The campaign.
Yeah.
We talked to a squirrel, went to a place called the Nut, saying we really like the Nut. Lots of
I
nuts.
feel like that's every Retroverse game. In my game, you guys like have a plot and have like goals and a job, and we still spent an hour making salsa and playing D&D and singing. I think somebody broke out a ukulele. They had a dinner party, and it was exceptionally weird.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
It was so weird. I love it so much.
Yeah.
And then we'll see you guys here tomorrow at 10 for Waterdeep. It's not called Dragon Heist anymore. And weren't we going to go check out some weird
anomaly at Mount Waterdeep? Yes.
Not wild magic, but pseudo wild magic stuff.
Something unusual.
I am intrigued.
Other than
As
that,
long as it's not the Stone of Karsus, you're probably fine.
That's not in Waterdeep, thank goodness.
yeah, it's
It's not Waterdeep. That's in the High Forest.
Ooh, I don't. She's not here, but didn't Madi just start a new game with Scarlet Moth in Australia? It was Wednesday at 6 p.m. there, I think. Thursday, maybe. Time zones really get me.
Give me a second. I have Twitter up.
Her time zone is either +9, 10, or 11, based on which part of Australia she lives in compared
She's near
to.
Perth, I think.
If it's, I think right now, if we're 6 a.m., it's 6 p.m. for her.
Got it. From us, she's 12 from Eastern time.
But that changes a couple months a year where it's only 11.
Are you Eastern time, Rein?
I am Eastern time.
Okay, yeah. So she's basically 12 hours from Eastern time.
During our daylight saving, she's 12 hours.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's 11 otherwise. So she's on the the far eastern half of Australia.
West.
Western.
Perth.
Oh, Western.
She's in Perth.
I believe this is her first character that she's made and played that is not a tiefling. It is an elf.
Whoa. You're lying to me. She's a tiefling.
What?
Is she?
Oh.
I'm pretty sure she was an elf. And I was like, wow. Kudos. For...
I thought she was just cosplaying as a tiefling disguised as an elf.
I mean, like, oh boy, she files down her horns.
If she's not awake yet, she's just immediately woken up now.
The Clueless in the Cage.
Yeah.
I have looking at I'm looking at the overlay now, and it says she's a Fey tiefling.
Oh, darn it.
I mean,
I think her elf character that she was talking about was for a different thing.
Okay.
Her entire her Twitter handle and everything's tiefling disaster.
But,
so
yeah.
At least according to Twitter, because it's based on our time zone, that episode went up on Thursday, so it should be still on the video on demand on Scarlet Moth's channel. So go check that out. I have to watch it again.
Who overslept. But it's okay.
And Scotty put up a thing on DM's Guild recently.
No, I didn't.
Check it out.
Go check it out. It's fucking
dear
awesome.
friend Zebediah has a guide, one would say, that is quite fishy.
Just search fishing on DM's Guild and she'll show you right up.
Hey, you ever want to do a fishing check with a bow or spear? There are rules for that in this supplement. Do you ever want to use some crazy exotic bait that you never would have conceived before? Like, hey, this brine pool that the Elder Brain had little tadpoles in, why don't we use that as bait or something? Because we're crazy adventurers. Those options are all available in Zebediah's fishing equipment and techniques. You just look up fishing, and at least for me, it's the third result.
It's third one for me, too.
Yeah.
So, that's pretty cool.
It's paid.
And, of course, next Saturday, stay tuned for what could be the final episode of Tales of Morkias, the Slayers.
Yeah.
Of course, that'll be up to the players, but you're close.
Kobe won't
The
cry.
ending is within smelling range. If one could smell underwater.
Kobe won't cry. I swear, he won't cry.
Kobe is sweet.
Yeah.
Like water. So, I think that's it.
Water's pouring from my face. All right. So we'll call it a night. Thank you, everyone who watched live and in post, and we'll see you next time.
Ciao.
Sure.
Bye.